and I'm sitting back like chilling right now. I'm not even like up close on the mic. None of that shit. After this bullshit, I'm getting straight back in bed. No,
I
no
get it.
joke. Um, what's up, guys? This is Courtney, one half of the Brothers Deconstruction, with Bruce and John.
What's
Yo,
up?
I know it's been a very, very long time. Welcome to another episode of the BoDcast. We're going to be kind of doing a year in review, going over some other things that we've previously talked about before, some other things that we haven't. Um, yeah, so last week we were originally supposed to get together and do an episode on the news of the Power Rangers reboot, but it just niggas is tired, dog. So literally, I just
It's been a
forgot.
busy month for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, I just literally forgot, and I was like, oh shit, y'all did want to do that today, huh? And so
in its place, I threw together some terrible voiceover for the power playthrough and just got that out on Wednesday. So I,
so Bruce,
yeah,
so Bruce has been keeping regular content coming on the channel lately. Before it was always
it's
me,
yeah,
uh,
it's a reversal.
which I mean tends to happen around this time because it's peak season, holiday season, and work always gets busy as hell with
Yeah,
customer orders and things like that, and working, you know, a shit ton of overtime and living, an hour away from work. So yeah, I'm just tired. And last night slash this morning, since I worked night shift, was the last day of peak, and I have 4 days off today,
nice.
Monday, and
Nice.
Tuesday, which are my regular 3 days off, but we're also closed on Wednesday for Christmas. So I have a 4 day weekend, go to work for 3 days, leaving early next Sunday because then I'm going on vacation to California to go see some friends, spend some time, some New
Wait,
Year's time with friends.
you're leaving on Sunday too?
Yeah.
I thought you
Damn.
were flying out Saturday.
Nah, I'm leaving early Sunday morning. My flight leaves at like 5:30, so I'm leaving
Dude,
work at
mine
2.
leaves at 6 in the morning.
Yeah, and I
So
I have
we'll be landing about the same time.
yeah, I land about 12 because I got like I think I got a layover in Phoenix or something. Yeah,
Damn.
so but yeah, anyway.
I'm landing 8 this time. So
Oh, nice. Yeah, so anyway, that long ass story was basically to explain my disappearance from the channel. But so let's go ahead and jump into some things. Um, I know before we actually started recording, you guys wanted to go over like some stuff that we talked about already that happened
mhm.
earlier in the year. So let's go over Avengers Endgame real quick. We'll do Avengers
Okay.
Endgame to start out, and then we'll do like the Sony Marvel breakup and remarriage. I don't know if that's a
Yeah,
proper term.
they separated,
Yeah, they
but they still live
separated.
in the same house. They stayed together for the kids,
Yeah, so
as
we'll
parents are wanted.
we'll go over those two topics first. So we've had what, late April. Now it's late December. We've had what, 7 months, 8 months to
Mm-hmm.
digest Avengers Endgame. Um,
Yes.
how did how do you guys' opinions feel about it now?
Okay, I think I'll start this one because I had the opposite opinion of everybody else.
Yeah.
So what since you got Disney Plus, I went back and watched it.
Mm-hmm.
But what I did was I watched the first Avengers before I watched it because
The very first one.
yes,
Okay.
and like that for some reason that move the Avengers pulled up a lot of emotions in me with that just core group that Endgame didn't with this giant group, and then it brings it back to the core because it's still enjoyable because the audience was taken out of it for me. Like you don't dictate my enjoyment. I just sit back and watch the movie
Right.
to get my enjoyment, and it's better watching it by yourself, which I think any movie going experience is. Is you you have time to sit there and dissect everything. So I watched it in shifts. I watched first act, then I sat back and then I was like, okay, first act is solid. Then I watch, second act. Now sat back and I go, okay, it's still pretty solid. And once again, the third act is where it just gets wrong to me because, oh, my opinion is the Thanos state fights in Endgame has no fucking bearing on anything that happened to them. They're just taking their frustration out on some dude they just met who looks like the dude who fucked them over. And that took me out of it. It's just like, hey, you're a Thanos, so we gonna wreck your shit. And I'm like, no. And then that kind of takes out of it because by them killing Thanos that early, there's really no vindication for or like any type of avenging for what that Thanos did. They just go get another Thanos and just take that shit out on him.
No,
I think that's. Go ahead.
No, well, no, I completely understand that. I think for bless you.
Thank you.
I recognize those sneezes. I think for me, I completely understand that. I think their vindication was murdering Thanos, or Thor's vindication, because let's be honest, Thor finally got his revenge that he was looking for, even though it came way too late, and he finally went for the head, which is what he should have done at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's their vindication, killing that Thanos. I think this time the reason for them pulling 2014 Thanos into the fold is because, to me, it makes sense that he would somehow get involved when time travel got introduced into the film. Because how can you not expect that, hey, we find a way to go back, get the Infinity Stones to undo the snap. Mind you, one of the time frames that we're taking it from literally involves Thanos sending out soldiers to go look for one of them. And then I think and this even still makes sense, but to me, and to be honest, I saw Avengers Endgame in theaters, I think 3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
I have not watched the film since. Now, granted, that's been coupled with, waiting for it to come out on home video, finally getting it on home video, adding it to my Movies Anywhere, adding the digital code to my Movies Anywhere. I watched the special features on the DVD, but I just haven't gone back to watch it because I want to do Infinity War, Endgame, double feature. Double feature. Yeah. And that's damn near 6 hours. Right? So, and it's not like I've literally been, when the Netflix shows are dropping, I would literally binge watch the entire fucking series when it drops. So I would literally be in bed all day watching this shit. So it's not like watching a 2.5 hour movie and a 3 hour movie is really, really difficult to do. But I don't know, just lately, it's just been difficult to think about doing. Like, do I really want to put it on? Yeah, I do, because I ain't really doing shit. But then again, I could just be in bed.
I mean, I'll agree to that.
Preaching to the choir.
Yeah, like, it's just been the later that it gets, or like, the more time that goes by, it's like, man, so much stuff is just taking up like life. You know? Like,
exactly.
It's crazy.
So like, for me, I've been wanting to do a double feature and I just haven't. But I think overall, it makes sense to pull that 2014 Thanos out. And the only thing that kind of bothers me to think about, even though it still kind of makes sense, is the fact that current day Nebula and 2014 Nebula had that cybernetic connection where they were able to spy in on everything, because then it was like, God damn it, of course they would fucking do that. Now they finna jump in, fuck the plans up. That just gave them their opening. But it gave us, again, that makes sense because she's cybernetically enhanced. I can see them kind of hand waving some shit to make sense.
Yeah.
But it also gave us like some hard ass Thanos quotes. Him literally looking back at the footage, looking at himself getting killed, and then saying that's destiny fulfilled. What?
Yeah.
Excuse me? Nah. And then I saw on Twitter the other day that people were like, "Okay, let's settle the debate.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
Who's the better shit talker, Bane or Thanos?" And I'm like, "It's Thanos. It's not even." Yeah, first of all, the Dark Knight Rises was fucking trash.
Yes.
Fucking buns, my nigga. Don't ever disrespect Thanos like that. And then somebody literally quoted that tweet with the video of him sitting down in the fucking crater that he created in Avengers Mansion with Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man walking up on him saying, "You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me."
Back to me.
Excuse me? If that was me, I would have ran up on that nigga right then and there. You know what? So I haven't watched the film since, but it's still a really, really great movie to me. But like a month, maybe. Well, shit, my day's been running together for the past month, so I honestly can't even remember when it was. But there was a tweet that somebody had that said Avengers Endgame, like Infinity War is better than Endgame. Endgame was the bigger spectacle though. And I agree with that. I do think I like, when I go back and think about both movies, I like Infinity War more. But Endgame was no, it wasn't the bigger spectacle. Endgame was more epic. And I agree with that. Endgame was way more epic than Infinity War. But I do like Infinity War better as a movie. So I still think, I know back then I probably thought that like Endgame was the best Marvel movie. And I think it can really, really flip-flop depending on the day. But Infinity War and Endgame are tied. And I would still put Infinity War above it. It just depends on the day. Because there might be something that happens in Endgame and I'm like, I don't know, big dog. That was pretty fucking fire. But then I think about Infinity War and I'm like,
it's just cool.
That's kind of hard to top.
It's just cool because, you know, I kind of have the same sentiments like about, you know, the comparisons that people, you know, drive from Endgame and Infinity War. You know, you just like to see the bad guys win. Like I don't know. There was just something about it. Like, you know, these people are always like saving the day the whole time. You know, so it's kind of like, it's almost like unpredictable. Like to me, it's kind of, I don't know. It was just cool to see them lose like that. Cause like in the book, you know, they lose and then like, it's not really a cliffhanger. Well, and granted, this is my experience because I read it in a trade. So like when they got snapped, it was like, you know, you just read on to the next issue. You're like, damn, you know, it's almost like a show like ending. But like with Endgame, you're like, damn, like they got wiped out.
Yeah.
Like, and they, you know, they all had emotional. There was nowhere near, you know, as emotional goodbyes, you know, that you saw. And even though like us fans, we knew we're like, oh, they coming back, but you know, but that hit me, you know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And
Yeah.
and that was the thing though. Like people would be like, oh, well, we all know the people that got snapped in Infinity War are coming back, and I was like, yeah, but how are they coming back? We all know that they're fucking coming back. So you mean to tell me that you just expect everybody to come back and live happily ever after? Fuck no.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and then the other thing was, it's like, that's what nobody really knew, because in the book, you know, they snap back and then everybody's just like back. You know? But
exactly.
Like this one, I think that's the only thing that I didn't like is they let an extreme amount of time pass. Because, you know, Thor cuts off his head and you're just like, I mean, that was the kind of shocker. So you're like, damn, you didn't get a minute to deal with that, because right then and then they just go to 5 years later. You're like, damn. Yeah. So they've been gone for 5 years. Like, whoa, like, okay, you know, and everyone's like kind of in this, you know, PTSD,
weird space and shit like that.
Yeah. So I mean, that was kind of you know, just like okay, you know, that's a little different. And yeah, I'm kind of like on the side with Bruce, like bringing the 2014 Thanos for them to battle. I mean, I don't know. It just like they didn't have that personal beef that the core four had. They didn't know that Thanos. Like that was a good point that like Bruce just brought up.
No, 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 no.
And to me,
keep going, keep going.
oh well, what I was gonna say is like it just. I think that was also just the fault of like the time travel like entering in there. Like I think had you not put that in there, like had you legitimately had like 5 years go by and then these dudes be like, you know what, we can't just sit around and let this happen. Let's go after this and find this, But that's again, they couldn't do that because they chose to kill, Thanos Prime or however you want 2019 Thanos or whatever off. So I mean. Yeah, I mean it was a very epic movie. I agree with you 100%. It was like epic on all scales because that final battle was like 22 movies culminating kind of thing. But
and the fact that they brought Howard, the fact that they snuck Howard the fucking Duck in.
Everybody is in that shit, man. Like, everybody was in that final battle. The fact that
they snuck that motherfucker in. He actually took time. He actually put down his martini and joined in the fucking battle. What were you about to say?
I was actually more like when people talk about it, like a lot of general people, they say that their favorite part was, of course, when everybody comes from the portals and then that huge battle between Thanos' army. Man, I will put Thanos versus the three big dogs any day.
Absolutely.
Like, that was
have an actual time to digest that without people cheering for no fucking reason. Okay, I'll give that lives up to all the hype that, when we reviewed it the first time that all you guys was like, it was magnificent because I didn't get to enjoy that.
Yeah.
Like, I got a chuckle out of Cap just, soloing the shield and Mjolnir together and making him and Thor's combo move. And I was like,
yeah.
So, like, I'm like, okay, I'm enjoying it.
I'm picking that shit 10 times out of 10 over that fucking final battle.
I think it would have been best if it didn't turn into a giant CG battle at the end. If it was just those three, because once again, it started with those three, and this was the big villain. And if it would have just ended with those three, that would have been like I would have felt Iron Man's death a little bit better than I did because it ended after this giant computer generated fight. And I was like, and that took me out of it. Just like, oh, hey. And then Peter needs to fucking stop telling everybody who he is. Every person he meets, he's like, hey, I'm Peter Parker. And I'm like, nigga, this is going to come back to bite you in the ass. And it did.
Well, great. I mean, we'll talk about, I guess we could talk about Spider-Man Far From Home as well. But I think at that point, hell, everybody going to know everybody. Because shit, Peter really was the only one with secret identities, but you mean to tell me that fucking... Wait, does anybody know that T'Challa is the Black Panther? Or do they just think he's the king of this third world country?
I think it's pretty much known he's the Black Panther. Or that's actually never even been discussed. Like, because apparently isn't it like a sort of like thing that goes with being the king of Wakanda is like you are the Black Panther and the protector and the king.
Yeah, but does the rest of the rest
I
of
don't
the
think
world
the rest of the world knows.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and just assume maybe they don't know who he is, but I mean the dude legit just unmasked himself like it was no big fucking deal after he chased Bucky down.
Well, he did. Because when I think about that, the only people in that tunnel are Cap, Rhodey, and those guards from the UN.
Bucky, yeah.
And so
I think it was more of hey, we all know this kind of a cover up because, all the civilians who was involved in that chase were kind of cut off by the number
of fucking police.
Yeah.
Jumping in that chase.
But I mean, and I guess that's the other thing is like, he ain't afraid to take his mask on and off,
right
in Wakanda. So I mean,
that is true. Yeah, there was was that. But then again, in Black Panther, there was that moment. I don't know if everybody else caught it, but when he was chasing Claw,
Gotti, yeah.
He said Claw mentioned that he was a king, and he was like, how would it look, the king of Wakanda striking a man down? And I don't know if everybody that pulled out their phones caught that shit, and I don't know if they knew that they were literally recording the king of this country chasing down this criminal. I don't know if people caught that, but anyway, I mean, right? It's Peter fucking being the damn kid because they're sending Captain Marvel. And again, I agree with Nando V Movies. Shameless plug for his shit, I guess. He had a great idea about that football scene in the end game. I was about to say Brie Marvel. Captain Marvel should not have been the one to carry the rock to get it past Thanos. It should have been either Gamora. It should have been Gamora and Nebula. They're the ones with ties and connections to Thanos.
Yeah, and that's what kind of gave it like the whole like what do you like. I guess that's what kind of alluding to what Bruce was saying is like none of these other people, like not Spider-Man, not I mean maybe Star-Lord. You could put Star-Lord in there, I guess.
Yeah.
But like they didn't have like the personal like the beef, like you didn't have like yo man, like. That's what kind of hyped everybody up in Infinity War because, like, Thanos knew of Stark and Stark knew of Thanos. He's like, man, you've been in my head rent free for like the last years,
right?
Years. So we're about to finish this.
Yeah.
Like, let's handle this.
Now, I completely agree that it should have been. It probably would have been better to end with just the three fighting Thanos, but I understand why the battle had to happen because that was the moment. That was the Infinity Gauntlet equivalent of Cap standing to Thanos before he turned him into glass and shattered him. You have Thanos down there kill Thor. You have Thanos fucking beat the shit out of Tony or knock him out. Cap is literally the only one that has enough energy and willpower to fight right now.
Mm-hmm.
He fights him, gets his fucking down there, gets his arm cut off, gets his fucking shield hacked to pieces, gets his ass beat the fuck up, and then he gets up and he looks at Thanos, and Thanos has this fucking army so fucking deep you can't. It's an endless army.
Yeah.
And guess what Cap does? He still he tightens his fucking the belt on his shield mainly to close that big ass gash in his arm. He tightens the fucking strap on the shield and stands there ready to fight because at the end of the day, that's who Captain America is. So I think that giant battle needed to happen because we all knew that Cap was gonna stand there and fight regardless. Right? So even though it was a clearly hopeless moment, when they brought everybody in, it's like, okay, this is when they're bringing everybody in. Especially when you hear Sam talking to him, like, hey, Cap, on your left. Like, can you hear me? So I think that's why that giant battle needed to happen. But as epic as that is, I'm definitely picking the big three versus Thanos 10 times out of 10. Simply because, and I'm even picking Cap with Mjolnir and the shield versus Thanos over that giant battle. Simply because Cap with Mjolnir is like the strongest fucking character ever.
Yeah.
Well, and it's like, at the same time, you have your ideas of like whether Cap is like, still just a human or not. Like, yeah, he's a superhuman, but like, dude is like literally going toe to toe.
Right.
And like, so that's the other thing is like, we have Thanos at the beginning of Infinity War who literally just hands Hulk his ass within like 2 minutes.
Right.
And then you're like, well, here he is battling against Cap, and these dudes are just like blow for blow, toe to toe, like,
But they did set that up in Infinity War, that Cap can get like he had the full gauntlet on, and Cap is standing up against him, which I will take that. I was like, okay, they didn't pull it out of their ass, but wasn't Cap supposed to have a power of a god with me on there?
I mean,
just the power to summon thunder.
Yeah.
No, the inscription.
Yeah.
Whoever can wield.
Gains the power of Thor. So whether Thor's power, whatever we learn from Ragnarok, is that basically Mjolnir is helping channel his power. So as far as I can tell, based on the information we're given from the movies, Thor's power is to channel immense amount of lightning and all that type of shit. So, I mean, technically, he did bring down a massive-ass lightning bolt on Thanos.
And that was dope. That's probably, I think that's probably the most memorable scene to me, aside from them, like, you know, all three fighting, like that. Yeah. That was just, you know.
One other thing that I hate about the discussion around Endgame is the fact that people think that the Thanos that they brought in was one-dimensional. And it's like, oh, he didn't have motivation or blah, blah, blah. And I was like, do you guys not pay attention? Like, we clearly got his motivation.
Yeah.
In Infinity War. We clearly got that. And they were saying, oh,
like, it is the same character motivation. It's just at different points in his life.
Exactly.
Like,
it's like
Thanos didn't have all the trials and tribulations that Infinity War Thanos has.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And so people were like, oh, he just wanted to destroy everything. And I'm like, yeah, but were you paying attention to the movie? It's still the same Thanos that wants to wipe out half of humanity or half of the universe. But this is also them being at different points in his life is like a double entendre, because this Thanos, he was early on in his quest for the stones. He had just started it when the time travel shit happened and he got brought back. But this is also a Thanos, 2014 Thanos, that has the information of 2019. He knows that he gets the stones, and he's later killed for it because of something that he did. What's that something that he did? He fulfilled his plan of wiping out half the universe. That's the only reason why these motherfuckers would go back and try to change it. He said so himself. Like, they're trying to go back and change something I did. That's destiny fulfilled. So at that moment, he knew in 2014, having this new ass information, he knew that he was going to get the stones and do what he wanted to do. Now, when he gets brought back and he sees them, he says, yeah, I'm going to wipe out everything down to its last fucking molecule and rebuild it so they won't do this stupid shit. That's the perfect bookend to his motivation. He goes from wanting to wipe out half the universe to wanting to rebuild it simply so people don't see what they've lost, because they're not going to be grateful for what they have.
Yeah.
How does that not make sense to people?
I mean, that made sense to me, but like I said, it was more just to me, it was more about the relationship between.
Well, no, I'm not saying that's not important, but at the same time, you can still kind of say that they had a relationship regarding him, because while it wasn't the 2019 Thanos that they killed earlier in the movie. It was the same man that was trying to enact the same plan and on a worse level. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, that Thanos just wanted to wipe out half the universe. This one saw that he did that and people were trying to undo it. So he decided, no, I'm going to just wipe out everything and rebuild it. Because clearly you ungrateful motherfuckers don't get it. That's what it was. So I don't get that complaint about that Thanos being one-dimensional because he wanted to wipe out the universe.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't think it was one-dimensional at all.
Okay. I want to switch gears so we can kind of start moving toward the next subject, because this will turn into a discussion. But that
was my last.
The two best characters that got developed, even though the second one was like a little bit late. Nebula and Scarlet Witch got some great character development.
Yeah,
and
agreed.
They fucked Hulk over so hard.
I agree. I would have liked to have. I would have liked to have seen like the whole. I spent however long he said in a lab putting the two characters together. Now this is what's come out. Like, nah, I kind of wanted to. That was the ending of that arc that they started in like Age of Ultron between Hulk and Banner. So I think that's.
We were told it happened. We weren't shown.
Exactly.
It would have had more weight if we were shown.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, we can move on to Sony and Disney shit, and then we can kind of talk about Far From Home as well.
So
I actually haven't bought Far From Home on a home video yet. I've been meaning to, just haven't really. When I go out and I go to the store, I go grocery shopping and that's it.
yeah,
I'm not
that's
buying
been me.
shit no more because of streaming. I'm not buying nothing.
Nah,
Well, I like to buy the home video releases because the streaming shit doesn't have the special features on it. So I always
Well,
like to see what special features they're going to have because it's not as grand as how they used to have making of
yeah.
documentaries, but they still have some type of making of featurette on there. It's not as in depth with interviews and behind the scenes stuff, but I still like that more so than just waiting for
but
shit on streaming or buying it digital. Because the digital shit, when I use the digital codes for the home video shit that I buy, I can never watch the special features. I don't know if
Well,
I'm
that's what.
looking in the wrong place on the app or what, but I can never get to the
oh,
special features.
so no,
YouTube.
with the special
YouTube.
features, it is on the digital. So you have to fast forward like a half hour after the movie to catch the digital features.
Really?
Yep, the special features. Yeah, I
Huh?
found that out with Infinity War.
Huh?
Another reason to not. The only thing
Because
I've bought is like if it like is in a collector's case, and like even then, just like why would like you buy the first phase one, and then they have it in that briefcase, and then you have phase two, and it's in the orb
Yeah.
of the Guardians, and now you're gonna have phase three, but they're like, oh no, we're gonna release this 25 disc Infinity Saga, it's like, nah, man, miss me with that shit. Like, unless it's in like a collector's like case, that's the only way I would buy it. But they just honestly keep on re-releasing stuff where it's like, man, I'm already giving Disney like $8 a month. It's gotta have all the movies there. Like a lot of the stuff that I have is like legitimately in like a collector's case. Like it looks like I have the Spider-Man one, and it's in like a Spider-Man mask.
Yeah.
Like that's the only way I'll collect it if it looks cool. It's like the same way that I collect comics. Like I don't collect the whole like ongoing story or continued issues. I'll just collect it if it has a dope ass cover. That's it.
No, I get
yeah,
it.
but Courtney and I have had this conversation multiple times about streaming. So Courtney's got we got our relationship where I got Netflix and we share that, and then he got the Disney Plus bundle, and then we share that.
Nice.
We went through the only thing I've watched on Disney Plus is Endgame. Courtney and I have looked at everything on there and was like, we've had these shows for years.
Yeah.
Like everything they release, I was like, I've been watching this for years.
Right. Everything that they release, I gained through nefarious ways years ago.
Yeah. I can watch Brink right now.
Yeah.
Without opening Disney Plus.
Yo, we do. Okay. Now that we're mentioning this, Disney Plus is like it's a serious topic. I'll go ahead and just add that. Does need to be talked about because there's a lot of
we'll come back around to it. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, we'll come back around to it. But yeah, I mean as far as like the box set shit goes, I still think it's a missed opportunity for them not to have done phase 3 in an actual Infinity Gauntlet. But I get that they did the complete universe and then they threw like a bunch of like that box set has like a shit ton of deleted footage and like unused scenes and shit like that people have been like posting online and shit. Like there was a scene from Endgame between Tony and Morgan. There's a scene, either storyboards or actual scene from Infinity War where the Hulk was supposed to break out of the Hulkbuster suit.
Well,
I don't know if it was a storyboard or if it was an actual scene, but apparently that's on there too.
So just a little tidbit, like I said, I don't buy the Blu-rays anymore just because like even though there are special features in there, the special features that we get are like so few and far between compared to like old movies from the 2000s, like legitimate like documentaries about the making of it.
Yeah.
But what I do buy, especially as far as like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I buy the art of like the books.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much the same thing. Like you get like a lot of like test footage You get a lot of costume tests. You get a lot of stuff like where they drew the inspiration. That Hulk scene that you're talking about, that's not in the movie, but there is like frame art like for it where he's busting out of it. There's actually, I just actually got the book to Endgame this weekend, and there's like different designs for Rescue. There's like a lot.
I thought it was an actual scene because I saw an article about it saying that there was an actual scene on in the giant box set for that particular moment in the film. I know that there was a storyboards for Hulk and Black Panther teaming up in Infinity War.
So from this book, there's two different things, or like big things. There's one where Tony gives Doctor Strange the armor.
Really?
He gives him the nanotech armor. So like they've even drawn it here where like basically Strange is like, it's like an amalgam of like the nanotech armor, but it's got the Eye of Agamotto where the arc reactor is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the helmet on. And then there's another one where like Tony actually gets Strange's cape, the cloak.
Yeah, the
so
cloak.
Like they kind of switch.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that there's keyframes art in here where basically the ending, Loki's death or whatever, instead of being on the ship, it was actually going to be in Jotunheim, where like Loki escaped and he went to Jotunheim instead, and then Thanos finds him and just kills him in Jotunheim solo.
Yeah.
And then another one is
I remember seeing the pictures from that.
Yeah, there's another one in here. The last one I thought was really cool. They were going to do like baby Thanos. There's like a lot of key art for like Thanos growing up. Like they were going to do a lot of flashbacks.
Okay.
So like why he was, the way he was. Some Black Panther like military armor and like some of their stuff. And then the last thing was they were actually going to have Nebula, like when she, let's say like in the final battle, she got the gauntlet from Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And she puts it on herself though. So like there's an actual picture of like Nebula, like from the comics, like her like lifting her hand up and everything, like putting it on, like she was gonna do it.
Huh. Okay.
So those are just some cool things, but like that's what you get, like in these art of books. I mean, they're like big, like $50 coffee books, but they're pretty dope. I got most of them from the MCU.
Yeah, no. I have the art of the Winter Soldier at home back in Chicago.
That was a good one.
I just wanted to bring this out. So at work, we sell the Marvel Studios where they break down the characters and everything from the movies.
Mm-hmm.
They disrespect the fuck out of Incredible Hulk. They skipped that movie altogether.
Yeah. I imagine.
That's wrong.
I imagine.
We've done a podcast on that.
Yeah, I was gonna say we already have.
I just want to bring that up. That's the only thing keeping me from buying that.
Yeah.
Disrespect.
Yeah. But yeah, so Sony, Disney's breakup, Spider-Man Far From Home. I haven't watched Spider-Man Far From Home. Like I said, I haven't bought it. So I haven't gone back and rewatched it yet. I enjoyed the film when I first saw it. I only saw it in theaters once, I think.
I saw it twice because I went with my roommate. Then I went with one of my friends who works a different schedule than I do. So
yeah. So I thought it was an enjoyable film. I think the standout scene is definitely that like freak out scene that Mysterio puts Peter through.
Yeah.
With like the Iron Man armor coming out the grave, him fighting himself, falling through like the mirrors, all that extra shit. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I was literally in the theater sitting there like, holy, this is the best scene in this fucking movie.
Yes. Absolutely. Hands down.
And have you guys' opinions changed on the film?
Slightly. It kind of sucks to me that in both of Peter's introduction into the MCU, because this covers Civil War and Homecoming, that basically all Peter's major fights are because something that Tony did.
Yeah.
So he hasn't had a chance to build up. Like, there's no personal connection between him and the villains that he's going up against. It's Tony did this and it's affecting me, so I have to fight that. So if it was a little bit more personal, if it didn't even involve Tony at all, if it was just Mysterio just fucking over is like not being like, I'm taking revenge because he used my tech. It's just like, I'm just kind of a dick and I kind of want this fame and notoriety. The Avengers no longer exist. I have this know-how and let me take a step in so I can get, if it was kind of like that, just a con man taking an opportunity to do something on a larger scale without any blowback toward him, then that would have been a little bit better than I'm getting revenge on a dead Tony Stark. That's like the only thing that changed about that for me.
I think it still was like that though. I think it was still it was Quentin being upset that Tony, used the barf tech and name it the barf tech, and just kind of ran with it and used it for a purpose that he didn't really think that it should have been used for. I think it was that, but he was also like a dick that was trying to jump in. He was also a con man that was an opportunistic con man that was trying to take advantage of the fact that the Avengers aren't really, they're weakened after this big ass fight and Tony Stark is no longer around. So it was definitely like, hey, I can get revenge on this asshole and I can take his fucking place. Why not? So to me, that's how it came off. But I understand why it would just look one way. But to me, I saw both angles of it.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just side with with Bruce on this. Because that's the only thing I have not been 100% about is like, even in death, like Tony was still like the main in that sort of like universe. And it's like, I don't know, like I've gotten enough Iron Man movies and enough Avengers movies with Iron Man in them to just be like, yo, if I don't see this cat anymore, I'm cool. Like, like I mean, of course it's a sad scene, when Tony goes in Endgame, but I was like, okay, now we can move on and now we can get, to other, heroes and expand on the universes and everything like that. And then, I mean, especially with Spider-Man, I was like, okay, this is his opportunity to really be, the hero, that Tony wants him to be and that everyone thinks he can be. So I'm like, we're on good ground now. But it just, with Mysterio's origin, it's just like, damn, he had to be another, like, especially after coming after the Vulture. Like, the Vulture had beef with Stark, and now Mysterio has beef with Stark. And that's story mode, like that's separate from, like I said, the key frame or the scene that Court was talking about. The whole illusion scene, like that is literally, that's one of the best comic book movie scenes like ever, like in a while. Like that's like some shot for shot shit, that has been in the panels. But that was my only thing with it. I've only seen it once, but again, that's not because I didn't like it. It's just because, man, there's just so much stuff that comes out now. It's just.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to.
You get busy,
It's kind of hard to see movies, multiple times, especially with Far From Home coming out in like July. I'm not sure what else is coming out in July, but I was like, okay, I see it again. I think I might have seen it twice.
Shit, even just the prices of shit, like, man, movies are damn near like $20. Like, why go?
Well, shit, out here. I mean. Look, that ain't shit. Look, living in Houston ain't shit compared to living back at home in Chicago. Back at home, a matinee price was still like $12. Out here, matinee price is like fucking $6. I'm like, yo.
Why do you think I caught Star Wars?
You can get a matinee in Chicago for $6. That's what I used to do all the time.
Oh shit!
Like, I need
hit up referees, baby.
All right, well,
but Tuesday or something.
But yeah, there you go. See, then I can't drive downtown. I gotta like, as far as convenience hitting the matinee, that shit like $10, $11. But now
we did find our hack that we've never been called on.
Okay, true. We will not speak on that. We will not speak on that. That's very, very true.
Y'all lucky. Like, my ass I had to work at the movies as a side hustle to get some free hookups, like, because that shit was just getting expensive. Like,
Jesus Christ.
And now, like, I mean, shit, it's crazy because now you even got the whole dinner in a movie concept. So, like, now you buy tickets for you, your lady, that's like, $20 maybe. And then you go out to dinner, you get a drink, get some food. That tab's like $30. Like, damn, I spent $50 at the movies. At the movies?
But it's funny though because I frequent Tinder, and a lot of the conversations that I have, women hate movies as first dates. So where did this dinner and movie? Anyway, that's a completely different subject.
That's a first date, man. I'm talking about like, yo, like if your girl's got like some, like, and shit, everybody these days got some, geek in them where like they just want to see exciting movies. So they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go see that Avengers movie. Like, you gonna get this one because I got the last one.
Right,
like,
exactly.
You got this?
No, yeah. But yeah, I think Spider-Man: Far From Home was fine. I think it was a really, really good movie. It had some very excellent scenes in it. I don't think my opinion of it has changed, but then again, I need to go back and watch it again. And I'm happy that the Sony and Marvel they worked everything out because that was a hell of a cliffhanger that they would have been ending that franchise on. Mm-hmm. Like Quentin Beck doing the fucking sauce and spoilers for if you haven't seen a movie that came out in July. Spoilers for Spider-Man: Homecoming or Far From Home. At the end, Quentin Beck, cooking up doctoring up some footage and saying that Spider-Man killed him and his real identity is Peter Parker and releasing it to all of fucking New York by way of the Daily Bugle. That would have been a hell of a cliffhanger to end that franchise on. Although they have an easy fix. They have a very easy fix that came from the movie. So,
well, yes. He goes and cuts a deal with Mephisto. That's how you fix that.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I'd never go to another fucking movie ever if they did that bullshit. Oh, my God. Holy shit.
Well.
All right, podcast over, people. Fun's over. You had to bring up one more day.
It was a joke, guys. It was a joke.
You had to bring up one more day. God damn it.
Yeah, but outside of the Beck's motivation for what he's doing, I enjoyed the hell out of Far From Home.
I did too.
People were complaining about, but this isn't Peter, and I'm like, you know how many times this guy has stopped being Spider-Man so he can live a normal life?
Right, exactly.
Hell, Spider-Man 2 was about that.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you love that movie. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. And my thing was that people have been complaining about this Spider-Man being like Tony Stark Jr. and I'm like, no, like since when? He likes science. He's into he meets one of the biggest scientists ever. Looks up to him. And then basically obviously knows that he's Iron Man and wants to be like him. Since when is that a problem? This Peter never came off as Tony Stark Jr. to me. It was, hey, I'm meeting my idol. He's taking me under his wing. He's giving me shit. He's helping out. And then even Tony wanted him to be better.
Yeah.
He chewed him out for that in Homecoming.
I mean, I won't argue that. Like I won't argue like this Peter like having learned lessons and everything like that. I think there's just other parts of the mythology where it's like, Peter's always had to be his own man. Like, I mean, he had enough like mentoring, from Uncle Ben and everything like that. So I think, it's not a bad interpretation. It's just one, you have to. It's kind of like if you're the captain of the dodgeball team during recess and you pick the tallest, biggest cat, like with the most power. It's like, okay, that's the guy. And if I'm trying to get this W and make this money off this movie, I need to associate, the whole like, anchor to this universe. So it makes perfect sense. People are going to see it because, ultimately, even people who aren't big Spider-Man fans, like, because there's people still, they're like, damn, they're making another Spider-Man movie. Oh, but this one has Iron Man in it. So if Iron Man was in, good in this one, it's going to be a good movie. So it's a bankable decision.
Yeah.
Instead of, doing something completely different like the 2012 Amazing Spider-Man, where they're like, yo, we're just starting everything over and,
which
kind
is
of
fucking
deal.
cheeks, by the way.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was garbage. Yeah, it was totally garbage.
But yeah, no, I completely see where people are coming from, but to me, it was very clear mentor-mentee relationship. Hey, I see a lot of good in this kid. He can be better than I was. But I'm happy that they settled that agreement. I think it's for one more movie. And then I think he goes off and does his own thing at Sony, and then they're trying to flip him into the Venom universe, and Andy Serkis is directing Venom 2, and they might be done filming already for all I know. But I don't even know how Venom down there made $1 billion. Holy shit. That movie was...
It's morbid curiosity because that's why I saw it.
I saw it because I'm a Venom fan, but I knew that shit was going to be ass, and it was not a good movie.
Hey, I saw Venom in the same vein that I saw the Girl Busters in 2016. I heard terrible things. I got up super early and I went to see it, and I was like, yeah, I could have done without seeing it.
Yeah, so...
well, and the other thing, this is what I'll say about like the future of Spider-Man movies is like now you legitimately have no excuse. Like he's going to be dealing with a problem now that is not going to be Shield centered or Tony centered because now Tony's not here, and now the biggest thing that everybody's the biggest arc I guess from this film is he's got to deal with the consequences of his secret identity being out there. So like the same way that it's crazy because I'm bringing up Iron Man again in this Spider-Man conversation, but the same way Tony had to deal with the BS of people knowing that he was Iron Man in Iron Man 2, Peter's going to have to go with that, and see. That's the interesting part is to see what route he's going to take because Peter's not a celebrity. He's a kid, know. So I think that's going to be interesting to see.
I think what's going to make it more interesting is if they actually use the Skrulls and the way that I think that they can solve this problem. They can easily have Spider-Man and one of the Skrulls pop up as Spider-Man in the same room and be like, They can still use that, but Peter being Peter, running off at weird times and Spider-Man popping up, I think they can still use that to have suspicion of him. And be like, well, okay, they're in the same room at the same time, but Peter, why are you always fucking running off? Where are you going?
Well,
people can start calling that shit out.
But I guess the thing is he doesn't have to explain that to his supporting cast because now all them motherfuckers know. Like Ned knows. I mean, Ned knows.
I do like the fact. Knows. I do like the fact that Michelle figured that shit out on her own. Because that's been one of the main problems with superhero movies is that the hero always runs off. The secret identity, the regular identity always runs off. The hero pops up and nobody ever really questions that shit. And Michelle decided to follow that nigga and was like, I've suspected that you were Spider-Man for a while. You can't lie to me at this point because I know that for a fact you're Spider-Man. So at that point, it wasn't like, hey, I'm Spider-Man now. It was like you've been doing suspicious shit for the past 2 years. I followed you and figured out that you were Spider-Man. Yeah. So I do like that part, that she actually kind of figured it out on her own and he didn't just tell them.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, that was a good thing, because at the same time he needed that assistance, and that's been one. If there's one constant thing about like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like from now, is like even in their solo movies, they have like it's like a team movie, like it's like a team.
Yeah, they do a really good job
of.
They do a really good job of providing a really excellent supporting cast for these movies.
Yeah, I definitely will say that. Even though like I would like the solo, movie to be like, them having to figure shit out, their supporting cast, like the way that they work them in to being like almost as important characters, they do a good job at that for sure.
Yeah,
no denying that.
And I actually like how they worked Happy into the film too. Well, simply because he kind of Happy was that I wouldn't say it was a coming to Jesus moment because it wasn't that awkward of a conversation, but it was a sobering conversation for Peter because at that point when Peter was just flipping the fuck out, thought he was a failure and all that shit, and Happy was like, You thought Tony was perfect? Tony knew he wasn't perfect. Tony saw better in you and he wanted you to be better. And he had his problems just like you do. But he came out on top. He still dealt with him how he dealt with him, but that don't look at him that way. Because he wouldn't have wanted you to look at him that way. So I think that was a very sobering conversation that Peter needed to kind of snap out and being like, oh, I'm this big failure. I fucked up. I did wrong. Yeah, everybody makes wrong decisions. Tony's life is comprised of one wrong decision after another.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked how Happy kind of came in and was like, hey, yeah, I'm fucking your aunt, but here's a lesson that
help you out.
Here's a lesson that you need to learn about, your homeboy. So yeah, but yeah, I'm happy that they figured out that agreement so we can get another movie, so we can actually get a true ending to this trilogy.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't even want a trilogy, man. I could have
this particular trilogy. I think that they're probably gonna come to another agreement after the third film comes out, but who knows? I mean, shit, the third film isn't scheduled to come out till like 2022 or some shit, right? Or did they even give it a release date yet?
I honestly have no idea, man. Like, I don't honestly, just between me, I don't follow shit until I see like either set photos or like the first like promo image, like, oh, this movie's coming out. Like, everything else can be hearsay, and I've heard so many like, well, this movie's coming out, and then all of a sudden like shit gets delayed, and you're like, well, so much for putting faith in that.
Yeah, but that never happens on the Marvel side. That's only with them DC folks. Speaking of DC, let's move on to the Joker. John is the only one out of us three that saw the Joker. I want to get this stated first and foremost. I had no interest in seeing the Joker once I read that Todd Phillips said they were literally using the Joker's name to gain this audience for the film. That they literally were using the name and they just were going to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. I had no interest in seeing it. And Joker doesn't need an origin movie, to me. No. That ruins the mystique of the character.
I was going
there. Yeah. We on the same wavelength, Roof. I got you.
Yeah. It is a well acted movie. It screams art, like a work of art,
like an indie, very indie movie.
Yes, very independent, very Taxi Driver, Scorsese-ish. I mean, it's literally all that. Like,
which is funny because didn't he produce it?
I believe so. Yeah, I think so. But it's just like, it was one of those films where, like, if you're going to see it for its comic book purposes, you're watching the wrong movie. Like,
you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. If you're looking for comic nods, man, you're gonna get like 5 of them. A hint, like, honestly, if it didn't involve the 5 things, which I think is the name Joker, the green hair, or like the costume, I guess you could just generalize it, the costume and makeup, Arkham and Gotham and the Waynes, it would have nothing to do with, it would just be a regular movie about a man who's suffering from mental illness. That's really all it is. And that's the thing, like what you said, the Joker did not need an origin story. What has always been better, as far as like Joker comics, in my opinion, the mystery behind the Joker. Like, the fact is, this guy he's like the only supervillain without any reason behind his bullshit. Like, he didn't need this, oh, I was once a good dude and shit happened to me, so I just, like.
And we got that in what I'm assuming is a much better written story in The Killing Joke.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you did get it in The Killing Joke, but even then, like, there was not I don't know, like, I never, like, when reading The Killing Joke, just because, you already know who the Joker is, there's no area where I felt bad for him. Yeah. And that's what this movie, like, continuously tried to do, is like, yo, pity this dude. And, like, I mean, it does make you, like, root for him because, like, shit just keeps on piling on. But, like,
to me,
it's like, why? There's no antithesis to his, like, reasoning. Like, you know, like all it is for people that are getting, you know, and look, I mean, I'm all about, you know, anti-bullying, you know, not, you know, that shit sucks, you know, but it's kind of like when he's doing his shit, it kids that watch that or people that watch that shit who do get bullied, it's like, well, maybe that's the route that I need to take, you
Right.
know,
My
to go and
my
like
that was
clap back.
right. That was my problem with the film as well. Once more details started to come out about it, especially after seeing the trailer, I was like, this was my thinking. This is going to show for as much stigma as people with mental illness already have. They're already assumed that they're always violent when that's not always the case. They're
Yes.
always assumed to be super aggressive and things like that. You're going to portray that in this film. This is Arthur Fleck is clearly a guy that has mental illness. So you're
Yeah.
going to portray him as one of the stereotypical mental illness victim that snaps and starts murdering people. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
route that you want to take.
Yeah. And you wanna make that shit like
You want to make it
you want to put that on a protagonist level. Like you can't, man.
right.
Like you just can't. Like
Yeah.
you like that's what just, you know, that's what just didn't sit with me. I mean, is it a well acted movie? Yeah. Everybody who's in this movie, they do a good job acting wise. And like I mean, we were talking before you started recording. The only thing that I can take that's like really good is like it makes you Joaquin's level of acting. It's like, damn. Now, if this dude was like actually in a comic book movie and like did some Ledger type shit or some Nicholson type shit, because that's what you're gonna get, you know, with the Joker.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be really hyped. But if you put him in there and you put him against a Batman or something like that, and you did a little bit more accurate interpretation, you'd probably get one of the best, if not the best Joker.
Yeah.
You know, like the way he just did something different, like as far as his mannerisms and his weight loss and his look. Like, I mean, I guess anybody who plays the Joker, they take it to that kind of level. And that's what he took it to. But it's just like, as far as the story and origin, it was just not something that a comic book fan would come out being like, oh man, you know. Now, there's a lot of comic readers that are, you know, they love one shots. And like I said, if you like that shit, that's you, you know,
Right.
not something with a continuous story. But yeah, I really didn't see the appeal. It was like, you know, it's kind of like, well, it's a part of my fanboy responsibility to check this out if it's really a comic book movie. Like, even if it's a garbage movie, I'll go see it just to confirm, yeah, it was garbage. Yeah. So, but I mean, it wasn't garbage. It just wasn't my cup of tea. It wasn't something where it'd be like, damn, that was a great comic book movie. And
Yeah.
I think what makes me even like more like what kind of like makes me just like salty eyed is like when people are like, now if they do a sequel to this, be like, bro, this is like an artsy one shot movie. What do you not understand about one shot? Ain't
But
gonna
the
be no
funny
sequels.
but the funny
Ain't gonna be
thing
no franchise.
But the funny thing is that there's been talk of them doing the sequel.
Oh,
Yeah.
and it's just that's annoying.
And I'm like,
because it's like,
but
you're
my thing is at first, one, why the fuck would you do a sequel to this film like you're saying?
yeah,
Because everything that I've heard, I've listened to movie podcasts that talk about it, saying it's not great, saying that there could have been a whole bunch of different decisions and changes made. But two, my thing was like, the Joaquin Phoenix, Marvel originally went after Joaquin Phoenix for Doctor Strange. And he was going to sign on, but he didn't like the large contract of doing multiple movies because Joaquin is one of those actors that does a movie and no sequel. He does movies at a time.
He
doesn't do franchises. So you mean to tell me that you're gonna do 2 movies, my nigga?
Yeah, exactly. Like it didn't make any sense. Like you're just looking at it like, wait, what?
Like y'all the only R-rated film ever to make $1 billion, and oh yeah, let's come back and do a sequel for this. Get the fuck out of here, B.
Yeah, like no, don't like. And that's the thing is like you're not Deadpool. You know, you're not funny in any way. Like it's not something where you can. Like, why are you gonna make a sequel? Because if you're making a sequel, you're basically confirming that this is a franchise that you're doing. You're not doing anything else franchise worthy. You're not selling Happy Meals. You're not selling T-shirts. You're not selling action figures to go with the movie or, you know, like the other shit that all these other superhero movies do. So,
Yeah.
like, why are you getting in that mess? Why are you putting yourself in that category? If you want to be this Oscar artsy, type of movie, then you do that. But again, it was completely, forgetful, man. Like,
Yeah.
I saw it once and that was it. It was just like, man, there wasn't some movie where like, man, I got to go watch that again. That was deep. I mean, if it's on FX or on HBO, maybe, we'll leave it on there, maybe, but not something where I'll be like, oh man, Joker's premiering tonight on HBO. I need to get that shit on record. So
look,
that's really what I got.
The thing that about a Joker movie is Joker's had 2 standalone comics, and one wasn't about. I think this movie might be based off of Brian Azzarello, however you say his fucking last name.
Yeah, Azzarello.
Joker. Yeah. I think that may be because.
No, I wouldn't say that because I bought that book. Shit, you were with me when I bought that book.
Very true.
And I haven't read it in quite some time, but that Joker seemed much more like.
He was still comic Joker.
No. Yeah. I wasn't saying that he wasn't comic Joker. Brian Azzarello's Joker book, to me, was much more like Jared Leto's or Jack Nicholson's Joker in the sense that he was a gangster that ran Gotham, and he got locked up. Came out and it was like, what the fuck happened? I leave and all this bullshit, all this goes to hell. What the fuck are y'all doing? That's how Brian Azzarello's Joker came off to me, which is why I said if they were gonna go gangster, kind of mob boss type of Joker for Jared Leto's Joker, they should have cast some like the dude that played Marlowe in The Wire.
Yeah. And then he also had a limited series in the 70s. I don't remember how long that ran, but Joker has never had a standalone series because Joker is shit without Batman.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. Like
so it's like, here's a movie. It's like Venom. There's like, hey, they made a Venom movie without Spider-Man, and he's shit without Spider-Man. Like their entire motivation is tied to one character.
And see, here's the thing though. They made a Venom origin film without Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like Venom, I have the Birth of Venom trade paperback. It goes over like Lethal Protector, I think, and some other shit after Venom first debuted.
Yeah.
And there was a string where you understood Eddie and Venom's motivation. Yes, they hate Peter Parker, Spider-Man, but they have tunnel vision when it comes to that. They're just trying to get to their goals so they can fuck this nigga up. They don't want to do anything else. They don't want to hurt anybody else. They don't want to fight anybody else unless they get in their way. And that's where he came in and he saved like a diner that was getting robbed because he was there. He was like, I don't want to have to kill this. We don't want to have to kill this dude, but he's getting in our way to get back to Parker. So we must do what we must. So for me, their motivation is still tied to Spider-Man, but you did a Venom origin film without Spider-Man. What type of sense does that make?
None.
Because now my thing is like, how's Sony gonna try to bring Spider-Man into that? Because for all I hear, that's their plans or what they plan on doing after this third Spider-Man film with Marvel. So how the fuck y'all gonna finesse that?
The only thing I can say about that is that multiverse bullshit that they were talking about.
That's right, true.
So you could do, be like, look, that's Sony, shit is in it's a different universe, but this universe
1603 or whatever the Ultimate Universe is, because that's the fucking design for Venom that they went with.
Mm-hmm. So you could do something a little bit different where you do get a legitimate Secret Wars, Alien Saga, or at least the black suit storyline. However, whichever, don't matter. But you could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an option, but
we
we've seen 3 different Spider-Mans in the last 20 years, so it's like,
Yeah.
Anything could happen at this point.
On that note, I would like to talk about the Charlie's Angels catastrophe, just because that was hilarious.
You actually saw that?
No. Elizabeth Banks blamed men
Oh yeah.
because
Oh
that movie
Lord.
didn't do well. And I
Yeah.
kind of would like to just bring that up.
Okay. Yeah.
Because we've had 37 Spider-Man, but women, they should deserve to have their own franchise, action franchise every seven.
It was just
Okay,
doo-doo.
look. I was gonna say, look. First of all, Miss Banks, I loved you as Rita in the Power Rangers, which is funny because now I realize that Elizabeth Banks and Naomi Scott were in this Charlie's Angels movie, and they were both in the Power Rangers reboot.
Yep.
Anyway, I loved you as Rita, right? But it's not men's fault that nobody saw Charlie's Angels. The trailer was uninteresting as hell, and for all intents and purposes, I just listened to Screen Fix's podcast on the film yesterday or Friday when I was going into work. They said it's not a bad film. It's just not memorable in any way. And the trailer starts off sounding like you have an agenda with Kristen Stewart and whoever that dude is talking, and they had that conversation. Oh, well, women can't do this. They need to do this other thing. That puts audiences off because you come off straight away having an agenda. People don't like that shit nowadays.
Yeah.
So you're shooting yourself in the foot. So yeah, ain't nobody gonna see that shit because the trailer not good, and the trailer comes off as, oh, this is rah, women can do that. Just make a fucking movie, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make a story. I'm not gonna make a film starring a black person and always mention the fact that they're black and they're a black person starring in an action movie. No, I'm gonna make a fucking action movie starring a black person and ignore that shit. Yeah, they're black. So what?
That's just like the icing on the cake. Like that's not the be all end all of your, because if you are, that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna make something where you're like having to just continue to put it out there, you might as well just call it a blaxploitation film.
Right, exactly.
Hey, here's my comparison to that. She's like, no man wanted to see a movie of
women in action.
Women in action. Well, a lot of people, men and women, went to see an action movie about a dude getting revenge because his dog was murdered.
Right.
Like, and that is on its third film.
Right, and they're going to make a fourth one.
I saw a meme somewhere around online. Like, she made her case saying, like, people ain't trying to see, like, people want to see 3 Spider-Man, but they don't want to see women, get done. And it's like, that's not true because Captain Marvel made a lot of money and Wonder Woman made a lot of money. So you're salty because your film was bad. And
right.
Not even that.
And not even
Drew
that.
Barrymore, Lucy Liu, and Cameron Diaz made a lot of money with the same franchise.
Right.
Yeah.
They didn't have any bankable stars in the film. Like, yeah, people know Kristen Stewart, but she's really more indie than anything else outside the Twilight franchise.
There was nothing interesting in that trailer. Like, I didn't watch
exactly.
And they went all inclusive cast, so everybody's represented. Like, that means that you didn't feel confident in your story. Yeah. If you go all inclusive cast, and this is why people want to, like, you demonized people before the movie came out, and you thought that was gonna make them was like, well, I want everybody thinking I'm a fucking sexist, so now I gotta go sit through this terrible fucking movie to prove I'm not a sexist.
Yeah,
it's not how society works.
Exactly.
Yeah, kiss my ass.
Don't try and throw that shade, and expect it to just not blow up in your face or get something kind of clapped back at you, because that was just an ignorant remark that she had given, and it blew back up.
And I think, and Elizabeth Banks really doesn't need to put herself in that box. She really doesn't.
No. And wasn't she in Spider-Man?
Yeah,
yes, she was Betty.
Yeah, she was Hobgoblin's wife, even though she wasn't Hobgoblin's wife in the film.
Yeah,
anyway,
I'm just saying.
But yeah, so
regular old Betty.
Yeah, regular old Betty. Digressing from that train wreck of a comment and film, because it did. I think it made like $8 million in this opening weekend. One thing, I have a couple of other things that I want to get to, but let's get the Rise of Skywalker out of the way. John, again, you're the only one that's seen this. So
Caught it this morning. Early screening. It is not the best Star Wars movie. As someone who's seen them all, but it does a really good job of ending this, what I guess is going to be called the Skywalker saga. So it does a good job of doing that. It finalizes and wraps everything up. Now, that's what I give them props on, because this movie I don't think couldn't have been any better, only because of the mess that was made in The Last Jedi. So, while they are basically trying to wrap, and that's the thing, is it was a little bit too much of a job for them, because like they're over here trying to wrap up not just their 3-picture like saga, but they're wrapping up everything. Like they're like, and that's what I guess that's what was new to me. Like, because after The Last Jedi, I was like, I don't really care to get another Star Wars film based on these characters, but they're gonna finish it anyway, So, but when I caught it, I started to realize, okay, they're actually trying to wrap up the entire 9-film franchise. Like they're trying to they go all the way in the canon. If you haven't seen it, or if you're not gonna see it, that's what they're trying to do. So it was a good movie, but not the best one. To me, The Empire Strikes Back is the best Star Wars film, because I just like the bad guys winning.
Yeah.
I think just technically, The Empire Strikes Back is the one where every major character is in that movie, from Boba Fett to Yoda to Obi-Wan. Everybody's in that movie, and the bad guys win. So that's why I kind of liked it.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, it was good. It was good, and I probably won't see it again until it hits Disney Plus. But some real feels moments. I'll say that, especially if you're a fan of all the earlier ones, some big time feels moments, and that's what it does. It does. What's the word I'm looking for? It just wraps a big bow tie on it, and it's a good send off. And now we can still have Star Wars movies, but they don't have to be tied to the Skywalkers and the Vaders and all these other, and some of the characters we've known. We can basically, it's kind of like the same thing that they did with the MCU and Endgame. They tied a big ribbon on it and say all right, look, yeah, we'll have a couple of people who have spin-offs or whatever, but this major core 4 storyline, they're riding off into the sunset. Maybe not Thor, but most of them are riding off in the sunset. So
yeah, because Thor God body needs to look. Thor needs some more films, especially after Ragnarok. So I want new franchise with Thor. Anyway, we talked about Thor before too, so I won't get into that. Yeah. But yeah, so go ahead, because I'm basically just gonna say how I'm not gonna see it. Anyway. Go ahead.
Yeah. Now I want to throw this one out. Movies, TV, whatever. What was your biggest surprise for 2019? Comics, movies, TV, video games, whatever you nerd into. What was your biggest surprise?
It's kind of it's a good question, man, because this kind of time frame, right now, there's just been a lot of geek shit that's been kind of almost tough to keep up with. To be honest, man, I really, it wasn't a game changer for me, but I really dug the Watchmen HBO series, more than I think that I would have. But I think it kind of did that too. It answered it kind of did the same thing that Star Wars did for me. It answered questions that I might have about after something is done, because Watchmen was only supposed to be a one shot. So I did kind of enjoy that. It kind of it cleared up some stuff. So that was kind of surprising for me. All except what's his name? Is it Yahya?
Yeah, Yahya Abdul-Mateen.
Yeah. I didn't need to see that dude's dong, but everything else was cool.
They made Black Manta Dr. Manhattan in the HBO series.
Yeah.
The fuck?
It's a cool. It's a it's an interesting twist, but they do, like if you haven't seen the Watchmen things, don't move any more forward from this.
I'm not gonna ask any questions.
But they basically, he is Dr. Manhattan. And he's like got 2 times where like he's completely naked, and HBO is like legit just setting the camera on like okay, there he is, there's a man, like
like my thing with I had no interest in the Watchmen show, because I just like to me Watchmen is such an 80s property because it's set so hard in that decade. I think it's set in like 84 or some alternate universe 84 or something like that.
Yeah.
So the fact that it was like current day.
Well, and that was the thing is like the movie and the book, or like the book more, because this has nothing to do with the movie. It's not anywhere connected.
Yeah.
Like basically the movie is another version, but this basically answers the question like what would life be like post Watchmen? Like how does shit get along? Like did they ever find out like Ozymandias' plan?
Yeah.
Did they, how has the Rorschach Journal affected, the world? Who keeps on moving on from it? So like some things that it does change is like, without spoiling it, the one thing that I'll say that like really, really kind of like it made it a little tense to watch was like definitely the throwing in like current political topics and things going on right now. Like the whole HBO, like dude, it was crazy. The season, or not the pilot, like literally opens up with the Tulsa massacre of like 1920s.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I didn't know anything about this, and I'm just like HBO, like they push the envelope like huge, and I'm just like, damn, what am I watching right now?
Yeah, I've seen a few articles. I haven't read them, but I've seen a few articles talking about how Watchmen is a surprising look on Black trauma, and I'm like, you know what?
Very much.
I'm straight.
Much.
I'm straight. I don't like for me being Black. For those that don't know, don't know if you can tell or not, but
or haven't watched any of your videos before.
Right, haven't watched any of the videos before.
No.
On this channel you currently listening to this on?
Right, exactly. So, for me, I'm over, and we don't have to get like super deep into this conversation at all, because that's not what we do. But for me, I'm over movies, TV shows, all that type of shit that romanticize or just show Black trauma in the way that they do. Like, I'm over slave movies. I've never been interested in them anyway, but I'm over slave movies. I'm over movies where it's just a whole bunch of like the Queen and Slim movie. I'm over like shit like that. Anything with like a super hard charged political like backing in it.
Oh yeah, like that was it The Hate You Give?
Yeah, like that stupid ass shit. Like that stupid ass shit. Like for me, just watching the trailer alone, I was like, this movie premise is stupid. If you're gonna do a movie like that that's based on police brutality, don't have the stupid motherfucker reaching into his car to grab a fucking brush when the cop is telling him, put your hands up, keep your hands on the car. That's stupid. That is absolutely stupid. I literally watched the film and I was like, this is fucking stupid. And now, if it was a legitimate, hey, now Queen and Slim, I can kind of understand because, the cop was being an asshole, pulled them over, whatever. But my thing was like, damn, did you really have to like go attack the dude and shoot him? Like shoot the cop? I get it. He was being an asshole. He was being aggressive, whatever like that. But does it always have to be the extreme? I mean, with movies, yes, but that I'm over media like that. I'm over that type of shit.
And that's,
for me.
And
so
that's kind of an area where Watchmen goes. So like at those moments, they're very, very cringeworthy. Like it's just like, oh man, because like they kind of do this intertwining storyline with like basically they switch up. They switch up the origin of one of the Minutemen. Like they basically make Hooded Justice, who is like the first vigilante in the Watchmen universe in the 40s.
Yeah.
He's a kid who witnessed that Tulsa massacre. So they completely changed his, race, which not that big of a deal, but they give you an idea, like they put in this 1920s white supremacy like kind of storyline in there, and it kind of like flashes forward that Regina King's character has a connection to it. But as far as like the comic roots, and the events that are, I guess, post Watchmen that are happening, it is kind of interesting, like what happens, like especially with the core characters. So like, Lori, she works for the FBI now.
Huh.
She works for the FBI now because she basically hunts down vigilantes like as well, but like in a different way. She doesn't like hunt them to kill them. She just like takes them down because she's like, look, this shit is not going to matter anymore. So why are you continuing to do this stupid shit?
Right.
You get a reference to Dan, to the Night Owl, that he's either been incarcerated, which is weird because it's like at the end of Watchmen, like, Lori and Dan, they like bleach their hair and they look completely different. But now like she's back to her, dark brown hair, and she's calling herself Lori Blake. Like she's taking the comedian's last name.
Huh.
Yeah. It's a little interesting. Like you don't get a lot of touch on that subject. You get a couple of new characters that are like vigilantes, and you get their backstories a little bit in some filler episodes. Like Tim Blake Nelson, he's this character called Looking Glass. So basically, he's like the newer, he's like the archetype of Rorschach, but he's a little bit more like confused on stuff. So instead of wearing like a Rorschach mask, all he does is he just wears this like cellophane like silver mask that like reflects, what people see. Like it's like almost like a mirror.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool. They do a really cool job of like catching up where Ozymandias has been visually. Like some of the stuff that they do, it's actually way close to the comic. Like they show the squid, so that's an actual squid that drops down in Manhattan, and
which,
Ozzy's
side
costume.
note, really quickly, I never had a problem with Zack Snyder changing that in the film because it had to work in the film. Dropping the squid without the extra story would have been fucking confusing as shit. But continue.
Exactly.
I like the squid. Aliens.
No, I like the squid. I like the squid too. So that's another thing, is like there's people that they still do believe it. So it's like crazy because they're like, Manhattan's gone, so there's these things that they can do where like you can actually connect and leave voicemails for Dr. Manhattan. But then of course you find out that he was only gone to Mars for like 10 years, and he came back and kind of like fell in love with somebody else, but at the same time he made a deal with somebody or something like that, which is actually different. It's just a little crazy. Like it's tough to explain like in a short like kind of like section in a podcast.
Yeah.
But they do tie everything a little bit different. But it's crazy because the same week that the season finale of Watchmen came on, the Doomsday Clock book released, number 12.
Oh, they still making that shit?
This was the last one. They finished it this last Wednesday, bro. But it's really clear. It's really clear how I read that book on Wednesday, and you can easily tell that Jeff Johns and Damon Lindelof, the showrunner of Watchmen, those two, they had to have conversations. Like there's a lot of like things that are like
parallels.
We're just like, So we don't want to spoil it if you haven't like watched it, but like it's just they do a kind of like same thing that Star Wars and Avengers Endgame did. They just like kind of tie a bow knot around it and just like send it off. So like people are clamoring for Watchmen season 2, but it's like, man, what else are they gonna do, without involving other characters? Like it's just weird.
Yeah.
So
I don't really have an answer to the most surprising thing because I know this trailed off into like a Watchmen conversation.
Sorry.
No. Really quickly going back to Star Wars, touching up on that. I didn't like The Last Jedi, so I had no interest in seeing The Rise of Skywalker, especially since I've already kind of seen spoilers, but not really. But then again, I knew I knew what was gonna happen anyway, and they didn't. To me, they didn't have the balls to do what I think they should have done, which was in The Last Jedi when they were teasing Rey being a Sith and all this other shit, and they didn't do it. If they had balls, you would have made Rey a Sith. And with the whole parentage thing, like, hey, your parents were nobodies. They were basically your parents were crackheads that sold you off to score. That's basically what Kylo Ren told her.
Yeah.
Like, I already knew where Rise of Skywalker was going. So I already knew it. I don't know. I can't confirm spoilers or whatever like that. But from everything that I've kind of seen tidbits of, and even with the teasing of Rey being a Sith in this film, I'm like, y'all not gonna do it, so stop fucking teasing it. I don't care. I don't. Have some balls. Put your foot down. Make a stand. Make a decision. Please, for the love of God. So yeah, I just have no interest in seeing the Rise of Skywalker.
I have a different surprise for like different like mediums. Like my biggest surprise based on because my roommate's reading it, and he was giving me update on the story and whatnot, was how good Alita Battle Angel was. That was kind of
I never caught it.
A bigger sleeper for me. I was like, oh, this is an entertaining fucking movie. Like I was engrossed.
I have a review on Alita Battle Angel on the channel, and I liked it. Now there were some definite changes that I would have made, but even on the comments on the video, because her relationship with Hugo was one of the things that I really, really hated in the film.
Yeah, likewise.
And even in somebody in the comments on the video said, yeah, she has kind of a similar relationship with Hugo in the book. They flesh it out a little bit more, but she still has that puppy dog relationship with him. And I'm like, oh, well, at least I know that it's tied to the book. I just hated that shit in the film. But I like Alita Battle Angel. It was entertaining. I thought the action was good. Surprisingly, the effects didn't bother me because they make Rosa Salazar's eyes big like the anime. Ed Skrein, who played why can't I remember this dude's name? And he's named after the fucking Ajax in Deadpool. I had to think of the damn Ajax joke, the dish soap joke. They have a couple of different characters, even fucking Rorschach himself, fucking Jack Earl Haley. He's in the film. Like all of these characters, really? All of these actors are like, they're cybernetically enhanced in the film. Even the chick from, I think she was in Baby Driver. She was in Baby Driver, Belko Experiment. She plays like a chick with blade arms. Like their faces are superimposed on these bodies, and they have a bunch of like digital effects on them. It didn't bother me as much as I thought it would. But yeah, it was an entertaining film. I've definitely been meaning to buy that on home video as well, just to see what type of special features and behind the scenes stuff that they have on that. I know at Target they had some type of exclusive where it came with like a Fitbit type of watch or something like that. It never really explained what the fucking watch was or what the wrist thing was. And at the time I was like, I didn't come in here to buy this film, so I'm not going to. So, yeah. But I would probably, I agree. I actually really enjoyed Alita Battle Angel.
I wouldn't say watch.
Yeah, I would definitely say give it a watch because it's.
Is it on like streaming anywhere or is it like Netflix, Hulu?
I'm not sure. I don't think it is.
So.
Not yet.
At least not yet.
Okay.
Yeah. And for TV, because there's been a lot of terrible TV. Like Titans has gotten worse somehow, and I don't know what the fuck they're doing over there. I'll talk about that. I might do like a review of season 1 and 2 combined after I get around to finishing season 2.
Yeah.
But in TV, Kevin Conroy playing Bruce Wayne on Batwoman was fucking magnificent.
Yeah, then they
That
did it on
that episode was trash.
I mean, the series itself is trash, ain't it?
I want to get on this because they for the first episode of the Crisis, they did like this huge. It was very Infinity War Endgame-ish with me, where all the non-superpowered people were fighting these ghouls or some shit, and Batwoman is punching shit, and they're being affected, and I'm like, fuck you. She's literally there. I forget what they're called, but she's literally just kicking shit while Ollie and his future daughter are shooting arrows and stuff, and that somehow works against the anti-model little goons that he sent out. And I was like, "Fuck you, show. Fuck all of you."
I tried. Like I tried. Like I watched Supergirl. I don't know.
You better than me because I didn't.
Like I watched whichever one comes on Sunday. Like and like more is because like I wanted to see, to be honest, what really caught my attention was like Kevin Conroy is Batman, and then Brandon Routh was coming back as Superman, even though he plays the Atom. Like I was like, I wonder how they're gonna spin that shit. And then Tom Welling was coming back, so I was like, all right, they're bringing some old guns back, So I was like, yeah, maybe let me try it. So Sunday was the first one. And it's fan service to me. Like there wasn't anything story wise.
Barely fan service.
Like you had, there was actually some cringe shit in there too. Like one of them, so like Earth 66, I guess, is the Batman Adam West universe. That's what it's called, Earth 66.
Oh yeah, because it had overweight Burt Ward just looked bad.
Yeah, he just like Burt Ward, because that was the other thing. I was like, how are they gonna fill Burt Ward? Like, dude is like super old, super out of shape. Like I was like, I know they're not gonna put him in a costume, and they didn't. Oh, they didn't, thank God. So.
Yeah, but I saw the scene, and they still put him in a red and green outfit.
Yeah, so I was just like, I was like, is this Batman or is this Power Rangers? Like had to be wearing like the color coding, on.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it took me like 2 episodes, and I'm like, at this point, I don't know any of the other CW shows, and I don't like they changed up like their dates, or like days whenever, because like the last time that I used to watch like DC TV, Arrow was on Wednesdays and Flash was on Tuesdays. That's the last I saw. So I was like, man, and like now I was seeing like all these other characters, and I was like, I'm so far behind on all these shows. Like, and again, like going back to that thing, like, how do they expect someone with a life and like a job and shit to like watch all these motherfucking shows and like keep a memory of them? Because like there's been so many times where like Barry has gone back to the future, and then he's in the past, and this, and then the legends, like they're fucking with other people, and I'm just like, man. I was like, I tried. I tried.
See, my thing is that I stopped watching. I used to watch The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow. I couldn't even hate watch The Flash because after season 3, really after season 2, it just went down the fucking toilet. So I couldn't even hate watch season 3. I had to stop. I stopped hate watching Arrow. Because Arrow was 3 seasons ahead of Flash when they gave Flash his show. And I started watching Arrow to see how bad it was. Because I originally watched, I think I caught the crossover episode, the backdoor pilot for The Flash. And then, literally watching that show, I realized that they made Arrow a Batman TV show.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then and then I had to go back and watch it, and I was like, wait, hold on, this is a Batman TV show. Because literally, Ollie was chewing Barry out for not training enough, and I think I was watching this on Netflix at the time. This is like 2015 or 2016 or something like that, and I was sitting there, and Ollie's just standing there all stoic. You need to train more. And I literally looked at my TV like, Bruce, is that you? This is a Batman show. What? I was like, wait, if they
Look.
made Arrow a Batman show, I need to go back and watch this shit. And it's legitimately a bad Batman show. It's a Batman show. It's not a good one. So I stopped hate watching that after catching up on Netflix. And I just stopped watching Legends of Tomorrow by proxy. I didn't have a problem with the show. I was like, fuck this shit. I'm sorry, Legends. You guys are associated. I just can't do it. So, because I never had a problem with Legends. It was corny as hell, but it was still kind of like, it still kind of had a particular charm to it. Yeah. Time travel shenanigans added to the charm and all that extra shit, but I couldn't watch it. So I stopped watching Flash a long time ago. And I stopped watching these crossover events a long time ago. So I was never going to watch it in the first place. So I think Kevin Conroy deserves better than to be featured in this bullshit. Somebody's getting in the car. It's probably
That's me, sorry.
I was gonna say that's probably John's bitch ass.
That's me.
Kevin Conroy deserves better.
True.
Some things should just stay animated,
But look, I just seeing his face, hearing the voice of him calling him Bruce. I was like, okay. Now that and them bringing John Wesley Shipp back as '90s Flash, and then fucking going full on Crisis of Infinite Earth and killing them off. And then them doing fucking Birds of Prey, bringing whatever her name is back, and I'm like, okay, yes, I like it. So. But then they brought back so many people for like this one-up just to kill him, and I'm like, and you couldn't bring back Michael Rosenbaum?
I don't think he wanted to come back though, did he?
No, I think there's some type of like whatever that they wanted him to do. It was some bullshit.
Yeah, it was more like it was probably like, we're gonna have you fly yourself out to film this 3-second scene where you just disappeared. And he was like, nah, fool. That's really not giving fans the, like, Tom Welling's scene was a lot longer, but I did not like it.
Even that one, I was just like, what? Like, what? Wait, what happened? Like, you did what? So,
but the biggest surprise for this overall to me is that fucking John Cryer is magnificent as Lex Luthor. What the shit is this?
You know what? That actually doesn't surprise. I haven't watched. Isn't he Lex Luthor in Supergirl?
Yeah.
Yes, he's that universe's Supergirl.
Yeah. So he's talking, and I'm like, Jesus, he's magnificent.
Yeah, but you know what? That doesn't surprise me because most of the times, really great casting choices. After we see the actor actually act in the role. Are normally unusual choices. Like, nobody would have picked John Cryer from fucking what's that movie with the redhead? Yeah, Pretty in Pink. Nobody would have fucking expected John Cryer from Pretty in Pink from 2.5 Men to be fucking an amazing Lex. Nobody would have cast him as Lex Luthor to begin with.
Well, and the thing is like the reason that he was cast was, I mean, I guess he's got contractual like obligation to the CBS because he was on 2.5 Men. But he was Lex Luthor's nephew, Lenny, in Superman 4, the Christopher Reeve show. So like
that's fucking hilarious.
He has ties to Superman, like he has ties to the mythology. It's just he was Lex Luthor's nephew. So, like, in this one, like, he shaved his head. He does have a beard, which is different. But, you shaved your head, fam. You're working for it. I'll give you that. So there's that.
Dog was in Quest for Peace. Oh, my God.
Yeah, bro.
Quest for Peace is the greatest Superman movie of all time. I will fight anybody who thinks otherwise.
Oh, my God.
I'll just disagree with you.
He bullshitting anyway.
Yeah, I love awful movies, right?
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I hate watch that whenever it's on TV, but like that's
That's
it.
me in the Fantastic Four movies.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, and then of course, they did make Nuclear Man a part of Superman canon like 20 something years after the fact. So, it works, I guess.
I don't really have
cool.
a big surprise. I guess it would probably be that we're getting a Blade movie sooner than so soon, and not a TV show.
I was actually going to ask you, like, I thought that would be your biggest thing because I know we've been talking. I don't know if we did touch on Disney Plus, but like some of the stuff that's coming from the Marvel Cinematic Universe on Disney Plus, like I'm pretty hyped about that.
Yeah, no, we're gonna.
Hyped about. Okay.
Yeah, no, we can still get to that later because there's still some other topics I want to go over.
Cool. Cool.
Well, that's a good segue to jump into this Power Ranger shit.
Yeah. So my biggest surprise, I would say, is the Blade film, and then the Power Rangers sequel that we're actually getting. Because
sequel or reboot?
It's supposedly be a reboot or something like that. But I still wasn't expecting another Power Rangers film after the one in 2016, right? So I think for me, and I enjoyed the one in 2016. I enjoyed it. I thought it was an okay film. I thought there could have been different decisions made, but I didn't hate the film. I thought it would have done way better overseas because of the Sentai lore, and overseas in like China and everything, they like the masked heroes much more than we do over here. That's why motherfuckers always taking their mask off every fucking 20 seconds in films, so you can see the actor. Over there, they like the masked heroes and shit like that. So yeah, we got news recently, maybe like a couple of weeks ago, that I have the article pulled up here. Paramount has enlisted Jonathan. Holy shit! I need to put on my glasses. And Twistle? Is that this dude's last name?
I have no idea.
Jonathan and Twistle. Okay. He's best known for the Netflix show The End of the Fucking World. He's making a Power Rangers movie. But when I first heard the news, and again, when we talked about this, about doing this podcast last week, I was thinking, I had heard about the news and I was like, oh yeah, I'm kind of excited until I read the fucking details. So, and let me get, or that original Power Rangers movie came out in 2017. I'm sorry. Yeah, because I was in Houston when I saw that. Let me get to this part of the article that actually has the details. Okay, apparently it doesn't have them. But anyway, so apparently this new Power Rangers film is going to be... Oh, okay, here we go. The story is said to involve a time travel element that brings the kids to the 90s. And in Back to the Future fashion, they have to find a way to get back to their present. I'm super straight, dog.
Yeah.
I'm super fucking straight on this. I just am. I was excited to see another Power Rangers film, even if they were doing like some reboot type shit. Mm-hmm. Hey, we're gonna, we're not gonna bring the actors back, but we're gonna do, another film. Although I think that if that's the case, they could have just, made their film with Tommy, because they teased them after the credits, and then they could have done like Zeo, In Space, Turbo, shit like that. They could have keep going down the line with these Power Ranger movies named after the seasons. But this time travel shit sounds super trash. I'm just straight. So I was excited, and that was my most surprising thing, a new Power Rangers film. But then I heard that it was basically them being sent to the 90s. And mind you, I'm a 90s kid.
Yeah.
So I love all that nostalgic shit. I'm straight on this. This is going to be a no for me, big dog. And I know John is in the car traveling right now, so he probably has his mic muted, and that's fine. But that's really all I can say.
No, I'm on. I'm on. No, I didn't know anything about that. You know, all I heard about it was reboot. All I heard was reboot. So like here in my mind, I'm like, when I hear reboot, I'm like, okay. So because the 2017 one was so veered from everything that we knew, aside from just them having, you know, the same colored, you know, costumes or whatever and looking more alien tech, you know, I was like, okay, maybe we'll get something like, you know, the Incredible Hulk, you know, like something that's, you know, shows love to the source, you know, because this, it looks like it just took the source and like the 2017 one just went off. So, but now after hearing that, I'm good, you know. I'm okay with the only thing good about Power Rangers, honestly, has been the comics. It's been the comics. Like the comics have been good.
That Boom run was pretty excellent. I haven't read anything since that ended because I know they've still been releasing stuff, and I've been meaning to collect that run up to Shattered Grid.
Yes.
But
what is it? What's Beyond the Grid? I think it's called. Not the one where they're trying to get back, but the shit that happens after that, where they retcon the biggest fucking tragedy in Power Rangers history, and that's the Peace Conference. Like that story arc is magnificent. Yes,
really,
dude. Okay. I don't want to ruin it for you, but
I'm gonna have to go back and read it.
No, it's awesome, dude. I've been like, so the only thing that I'm not reading, as far as like Power Rangers centered, is Go Go Power Rangers. Like that was like a spin-off thing. So that like,
that takes place right after they get their powers, which I enjoy reading it because I like that.
It's more character centric. Like that run focuses on like the teenagers, not necessarily like their, you know, some of the drama that's going on like intergalactically, like the first run does, because it takes place after Day of the Dumpster. But anything else, like, so the Power Rangers Justice League one, that was a short run.
Yeah, I gotta finish that.
I don't think that hit off as well. And then they just started now, not this past Wednesday, but last Wednesday, Power Rangers Ninja Turtles. So I read issue 1 on that, and you can't really make a general idea about it because it's basically just them getting introduced to each other. So, like, of course, you know, in great fashion, the heroes, they clash and they're like, man, we're the good guys. And they're like, what are you talking about, bro? We're the good guys. Like, what the fuck are you on? You know? So that's kind of the you know, them kind of like tag teaming up. So apparently there's something going on with Shredder and Tommy. So I'm really interested in that because I'm a big Shredder fan. And, you know, I want to see how they, of course, overuse Tommy because that's going to be a constant in Power Rangers lore.
Ooh, but I gotta jump on this, right? I don't mean to interrupt you, but Jason David Frank going off because he's no longer in the good graces of Hasbro.
Wait, what?
You didn't see that?
No.
Yeah, hold on. Let me look up the tweet right quick because it was fucking insane. He was basically calling for the fans to spam Hasbro's to get him in his movie.
Get him in, in what, the reboot?
Yes. Apparently, he's like, let your voices be heard. Something about Hasbro. And I'm like, dude, are you not, like, did they realize that you're not, hold on, okay, wait, where is it? Let me see.
Interesting.
No, that's not it. Hold on.
What the hell? But yeah, I have to actually, while Bruce is looking that up, I have to actually finish Power Rangers Justice League because I was actually buying those issues. But then I think I fell off and then just never went back to go get the rest of them.
I
But I
mean,
was actually, I actually like what I was reading though.
It was good. You know, it was not. It was some good fan service. You know, I enjoyed it.
Especially when they whooped Batman's ass.
Yeah, I mean,
Thought he was the shit. Got his ass served the fuck up.
And that was another thing. I was like, man, how they doing that? But no, you know, it was cool. You know, it's kind of crazy. You know, they're still in teen mode, so it's like, man, these teens are really taking on like the Justice League. Like, it's almost got the Superman complex. Like, I almost couldn't believe it. It's like, yo, I know the Power Rangers got power, you know, yes, but like, man, you're taking on Superman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman. Like, that's too much power. That's godlike power. So, you know, even Zordon would have some issues.
Okay,
you know, taking
I
on
found
them.
it. So the comments that he's replying to are kind of missing, but it was like when they announced it, he's all like, yes or no. Comment below. Hasbro, you got to bring back some old school. You got to bring some old school Rangers back. Who would like to see return to the big screen? List Rangers below. And I think you should do the White Ranger. Who's your favorite character below? If they bring us back, hashtag back, 100% box office hit guaranteed.
Oh my god!
Ignoring the fact that the original movie was a flop. And then he goes on and he's like replying to somebody and was like, don't for her, I guess whatever the comment was, like, fans are heard. Contact the director and Paramount and just be honest with them. Let them know you care and let them know we dominate the market. Hasbro has never understood the Power franchise. Some IYS connection between us to you as mothers and fathers. This is also passed down to their children for us to be their favorite Rangers. Don't lose the opportunity of using the people fans want to see. Nigga.
Wow.
But okay, let's be honest.
There was more.
Oh my god!
I'm down to do something, but it has to be good and it has to connect to adults and children. PG-13. PS. Grammar sucks. Oh well, too bad.
So you're making way too many demands to. Oh my god!
This dude.
Okay,
okay.
So let's be honest here. Okay, let's be honest here. We all know that Jason has kind of been a little delusional and a little out of touch. That's all I'll say. We know that he's been that way. So none of this shit surprises me. But at the same time, dude, Power Rangers ain't that big anymore.
I mean, it's a nostalgia trip, dude. Like, that's all it is. But at the end of the day, like, you're not continuing everything. You're not continuing something, you know? Like, you keep on, like, even then, that, like, the comics can do it because the comics never age.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, the comics they're
fleshing out the story more than was given to the show, because the show wasn't supposed to be a hit, but it was, and then they just crapped out as much as they possibly could. And the comic is kind of going back and fixing those story errors. Like, was it when they were getting into the Shattered Grid and everything, how nobody really trusted Tommy? That was a missed opportunity because Power Rangers have been forcing some conflict between their Rangers over some dumb shit. And that's some conflict. It's like, okay, he was taking, how much does Rita still control him? That was a good character beat that they couldn't have done. What happens with the peace conference? The shit behind the Zach, Jason, and Trini leaving, that's a fucking great story that could have been told. And that is being told very well, in my opinion. But it's like Hasbro's looking at this by them bringing back Jason for Beast Morphers. They're looking at this like, well, there are other Rangers that people care about. It's not just Tommy, because Saban and Disney was just fucking Tommy-handed. It's like, well, he's the most popular. It was like, yeah, when we were kids, and it kind of doesn't stand up when, as we talked about before, how fucking terrible of a character he was when all these other characters were getting legit development. And then to bring back Jason, who was like, okay, yeah, hell, you can bring back Billy and people will lose their shit. And to me, this person says that Jason, Hasbro's looking at him like, yeah, we don't really need you. Like, you put yourself out there too. market is saturated with Jason David Frank and Tommy. We kind of want to, if we're going to bring back somebody, we kind of want to bring back somebody people haven't seen in a while.
Right.
And
go ahead.
And to me, that's what this tantrum is about. That Hasbro, he's not on the retainer that he was when he was on Saban. That Hasbro does not care anymore.
Well, because Hasbro knows that, like, that they're the only ones that know, like, bro, the franchise is bigger than you.
Yeah.
Like, you're not, like, we get it. You're a fan favorite, but other people want some other shit. Like, there's a reason why they released, Draken and Green Ranger Tommy and White Ranger Tommy as Hasbro figures. Because they're like, bro, we're trying to push this dude out. That way, like, nobody's waiting for his shit anymore. And we ain't got to hear demands of everything anymore. Like, we're going to push all your action figures out. Like, I don't even know if their plans to I know they're making Zeo, but, like, you got Zeo, and then you got Turbo, and that's it. Or you got Dino. So, like, there's only 3 more versions to push out of this cat, and they're just getting them out because then they're going to explore, anybody else that they may need to. But, I mean, bro, Hasbro's a toy company. Like, they got the rights to make these action figures because, they're making money, like crazy right now over the Power Rangers line. People are flipping their shit over the Lightning collection, which I personally don't see the appeal, but what is, I don't know.
You probably had a Magna Defender toy as a kid. While we over here struggling, we get a Magna Defender toy, we gonna lose our shit.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. True, like, other true fans, like they're all about everybody else in the lore, like, and there's people that I'm not even, familiar with on Power Rangers lore, like, that people were tripping out, but they are releasing a bunch of characters. I mean, that's what Hasbro does,
Yeah.
But I know they're trying to get the Mighty Morphin collection out there because, of course, I don't know, man. It's just dated. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think that's why Power Rangers is excelling in comics, like, or Mighty Morphin. Let's just say Mighty Morphin is excelling in comics more than anything because they can do that because it takes the dated feel. But that's what's so just mind-boggling to me is, like, these dudes are making these comics and they're not putting them in the 90s, dude. Like, they're bringing them to the 21st century. Like, the kids, they've got cell phones and they're texting each other and they're like, so it's like, my man, like, you got the blueprint right here to make a good Power Ranger movie. Why are you giving me this back in time garbage? Like, why are you giving me something where you can date it? Like, don't do that. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, that's just insane to me, man. That's just insane. Like, how, like, you literally have gold because, I mean, there's a reason that it's still successful, but movie execs and studio execs are just not getting it. Like, the same can be said for Ninja Turtles. Like, why are y'all letting Michael Bay touch that shit when you could have, like, someone who legit knows what they're doing, like, from the comics, and just transfer that onto a screen? Like, it can be done. So why are you? I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy. It tripped me out.
I think it's just simply, it's not as big as it was, and if you're going to do it, I get it. Nostalgia is going to be involved, right? Just simply because it's Power Rangers. Down there, everybody remembers Power Rangers at one point. Even if they didn't watch it, they fucking remember Power Rangers as that corny ass TV show for kids with the motherfuckers who fight monsters and shit, right? So it's nowhere near as big as it was in the 90s, and I don't think that it'll ever get back to that spot. Nor should we expect it to. It's still, going strong. I haven't watched Beast Morphers. I was actually thinking of doing, like, watching it. I think has season 2 started already.
Yes.
Okay. I was thinking about going back.
I think it might be on a hiatus though.
Okay. About the winter hiatus that it normally goes on and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking about actually going back and watching season 1 and then doing a review of the season. Just because I tried to watch Ninja Steel, that shit was hot garbage, and I just couldn't. Even the little crossover episode that they had, or the Legends episode that they had, I just couldn't. I couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I might go back and watch this one just because I at least want to give it a chance. And who knows? When I did that with Dino Charge, I surprisingly liked Dino Charge. That's why I tried to do it with Ninja Steel, realized it was whack, and then just stop watching it. So I want to give this one a chance to watch it, but it's not anywhere as big as it used to be. But I still think that there's potential in adapting, a story and running and making your own version of a story. Just like when they had the Power/Rangers little fan film that people were talking about that had what's her name from Stargate in it, and Dawson. I'm forgetting all these. I'm forgetting all these motherfuckers' names, and I'm so sorry. But that little thing, it was an original story that kind of tied a bunch of shit together from lore that people of the fans of the franchise could catch on to. So I think there's potential with the Power Rangers franchise to do something like, hey, we've done Mighty Morphin with the 2017 movie. Let's introduce, Rita. We teased that Rita was just frozen in space. Let's throw her ass on the moon. Make the story about her, either coming back to Earth or sending a giant monster to Earth, whatever the case may be. And it's, she sends down her staff to seduce this Tommy Oliver that wasn't in detention and kind of get in their ranks to destroy them from within and weaken them and make them vulnerable enough to where she can come back and take over. They can do that, right? There's potential to do that with what they did with the 2017 film. They can do something like Zeo. They can adapt Zeo, however they want to adapt it, that's close to the series. There's potential to take the series and kind of adapt them for film. I don't think using time travel, sending them to the 90s and having them find their way back is a good premise. Because while on paper it kind of sounds good, it's like, okay, they get sent to the 90s. But then it's like, what? So what's going to happen? Are they going to be... Is it going to be all high top fades and fucking flannels? Or is it going to be, like what is it going to be? Is it going to be a coming of age story for the kids? Or
that's what you have to ask yourself. Is it going to be a period piece? Are they going to do,
exactly?
I don't know, man. I just think it's like, that should just be left alone. Like, that's what I'm saying. If you're trying to keep these characters going, because that's the thing, is it shouldn't just, the fact about a franchise is there's always going to be, 10 years later or 20 years later, someone's going to take that shit, dust it off, and then make a new version. So obviously you want to be the most memorable version, aside from the original. So like, you already don't have that going for you, that you're not the original, because you're not the 90s kids TV show, like, go back and like actually talk to, I don't know, like, I think Saban should have like some kind of control in it, but like, that was the thing that I think was missing from the 2017 movie, is like, it was like Americanized, like anime kind of thing. Like, I don't know. The last thing I kind of touched on with Power Rangers, aside from the comics, was I saw that Netflix documentary, The Toys That Made Us.
Yeah.
And they're talking about, one of the subjects was the Power Rangers. How this like toy line was like behind the show and just boom, You know, like everybody wanted Power Rangers toys, me included. So they started talking though about like how the like once it kind of like went past like 2.5 seasons, you could tell the quality of the show went down because then they started making their own stuff instead of like utilizing all the Japan footage. So like you could, I mean, and it's crazy because of course back then I never saw it, but then, you know, when they put those, what is it, the shark cycles or what were the cycles where they all had motorcycles?
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about.
And then they had the, like, after the movie came out, they're like, well, we can't use the movie suits from the film. So, like, let's make our own suits. So they're like, yo.
Fucking metallic. Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bruce's favorite suits ever.
That was just, like, even, like, not, I mean, Jesus. I can't remember. I think I was 10 or something. I was like, bro, what is this trash? Like, why? Like, you just sparkled up the suits. Like, you took...
No, because they had an influx of movie toys that they weren't selling. So...
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Metallic armor...
but that's the thing is, like, it wasn't
Bruce
even,
loves
like,
the
how you going to pass that out of his armor? Like, how are they going to pass... Like, even, like...
Because it's metallic.
Yeah.
It's metallic, sir. Only metal armor
sparkly,
shines.
Bro. That was sparkly. That wasn't metallic. Metallic would have been like if it looked like foil or cellophane. That was sparkly. Like they had like sparkles. Anyway, I digress. Basically, you know, I just think that I don't know, that time bullshit, they should leave that alone. Like they should just honestly, if the books are selling and the books have been like critically acclaimed, how come nobody at Hasbro is like, yo, these dudes are actually making like some good, like these dudes are making good books. Like if you made a movie about like, yo, post Green Ranger getting turned to the dark side, or from being turned to the dark side, having visions and all that shit. I mean, first 10 issues.
That's another thing. That's another thing that that's another thing that I was talking about. Like there's room to do original stories like that, like Shattered Grid. There's room to make an original film based on something like Shattered Grid, or just do an original film similar to what they did with Shattered Grid, because Shattered Grid wasn't anything that was in the show. It was literally, okay, we're taking these threads that we know from the show and we're gonna build a story around it. Yeah. What would happen if Tommy, what happens when you're mind controlled and from being a bad guy and you flip to the good side, but there's still some type of connection there? What happens there? What goes on in the head of a person like that? And why is it happening? Are there multiple dimensions? There clearly is from what we know from the show. So there's a multiverse in the Power Rangers universe. We already know that. So what goes on to cause this person to have visions and flip, kind of be leaning back towards the dark side? So that's something, that's an original concept that they came up with for the books. They can make a Power Rangers movie based on an original idea. It doesn't have to be based on any particular TV episode. It doesn't have to be based on the comics at all. They can do it as long as it's a good idea. I would totally be down with I would totally be down for an original Power Rangers movie. If you're gonna do a reboot, okay, yeah, give them, give a bunch of teenagers the powers or whatever like that. Have a monster or a villain for them to fight. But say, when they're talking to Zordon, have a subplot, or have the main thread be like, Zordon, you said this isn't the first time that you've had to do this. What happened to the previous scene? And why aren't they still here? They can totally make an original movie on that's some shit like the X-Men, and Professor X having a team that got killed that he fucking hid from everybody. They can do the same shit with Power Rangers.
Yeah, agreed.
They could be like, oh, well, and then they start saying, wait, I remember hearing, what the fuck have you done? Did you mind wipe us or some shit? I remember
Yeah.
hearing about a group of Power Rangers that got killed. They could do some original shit like that. It doesn't have to be anything based on one particular thing from the canon that we know.
Yeah.
And that's and I was agreeing with you that they can base it on like Shattered Grid or something like that, but they can also do an original idea. I wasn't trying to shoot down what you were saying.
No, absolutely. No, that's what I'm saying. It just has to be something original, but I don't know, man. It's as long as it has the spirit like with that crew, I don't think you'll be that bad. But like that was the other thing is like in that new movie, they were trying to really just change everybody's like archetype. And it's like, why are you changing the art? Like, I think the only person that had the same archetype from the show was Billy. Like, Billy was just a smart dude.
Billy
like,
was
he was the guy that, he was the guy Jason could count on, like, to help him out. Like,
Billy was like, the GOAT.
Yeah, he was the tech, like, he was the guy like, hey, guys, this is what I created to beat the monster. It's almost like, the respect that Billy doesn't get is like the respect that Donatello doesn't get. Like everyone hails like Leonardo as like the leader, but it's like how many times in books and TV and movie does Leo like, what can you make of this, Donatello? Like
Billy
at
is
one
the
point
fucking
Donatello's
GOAT.
gonna be like, well, bitch, let me lead the team then. If I'm the one figuring everything out.
Yeah, Billy is the fucking GOAT. And Billy was so flexible. Like, Billy was so versatile in the roles that they had him in. He went from an actual ranger to, while being the tech whiz, to being a consultant, moving to a consultant role, and still making shit, fixing shit, figuring out all this other shit for them. He created the communicators. He created teleportation for them. Like, this nigga is the GOAT.
Yes.
Billy don't get the respect, and we even had to put you on that at one point. We even had to learn you and expose you to the light. How Billy was the GOAT.
I got love for Jason. I got love for Jason. I got love for Billy too. Billy's not the top for me. It's like the same thing. Like I bring up the Turtles. Raphael's my dude, and behind that is Johnny. But I'll give Billy his props, Doc. I give Billy his props.
Yeah, so
he's on go level. Like they wouldn't have gotten anywhere without him. But Jason showed his love too.
Yeah, no, I ain't saying Jason.
He did help Billy, with some karate lessons here and there. It's proven. So, Billy got that.
Yeah, no, but the only last two things that I have on my list that I wrote up is, since this is a year end type of thing, let me adjust the little blanket that I have on my chair, because I just got out of bed and brushed my teeth and then got ready to record, because I said I wanted to be, let's aim for 3:00, and yeah, we've been going 2 hours strong now.
Yep.
So I wrote down. So let me talk about a movie that came out, I want to say in like August or September or something like that. Don't Let Go. It's a David Oyelowo, and I forget the child actress's name. She has a weird first name too. That's the thing. That's why I'm surprised I don't actually remember it. It's like Star or something like that. Let's see. Storm Reed. So it's a movie starring David Oyelowo, Storm Reed, Mike Kelty Wilson, Bubba from Forrest Gump.
McKelty.
Yeah, McKelty.
Michael T. Williams.
I don't know if it's McKelty or Michael T. I don't know which one.
I've always heard Michael T.
Okay. But he's in it as well. It's a film. Now, when I saw the trailer, it was something that intrigued me, because basically David plays the uncle of Storm, and they have like this really close relationship. They're always talking on the phone and shit like that. her parents, her and her parents are murdered, and you know it's super super heartbreaking. And David goes through it. He has to bury his niece. He has to bury his brother and his sister-in-law. But then he gets a phone call from his niece, and it turns out that she's like 2 weeks in the past, and he has the opportunity to kind of fix what happened and figure out what happened. So I thought it was an interesting premise. The movie, yeah, it's an interesting premise because it's like, because he's looking at his phone like, what the fuck is this? And he's talking to her. I think her name is Ashley or something in the film. He's like, Ashley, where are you at? And she says, I'm at home. And he's like, what? So basically, he has to figure out why they were killed, who did it, you know, shit like that. The actual movie itself is okay. I had issues with it, and I think in my review on the channel, I liked it. I said that I liked it, and I thought that it was that you should go see it. And then, as the months have gone on, me thinking more and more about the film, I was like, I don't know. And then I realized that and Ready or Not just came out on home video like 2 weeks ago, because I saw them both in Target. So I'm going to buy it to rewatch it again, and I might do an updated review. But Don't Let Go is an okay film that I think they could have done more with the premise than what they did, because it was nonsensical stuff that was happening with like the parallel time stuff, because they would be sitting, he would tell her to go to their diner that they used to always go to, and he would put a piece of gum. He would tell her, "Hey, go to the gumball machine, get a gumball, chew it, put it under the table." And then he would reach under there and it would be there. And I'm like, "Wait, but if the shit has happened like parallel to each other, then how the fuck does this shit work?" So it was nonsensical stuff in the film.
You know what that reminds me of? That old. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say that reminds me of that movie Frequency with
yeah, no, it's very much similar to Frequency. I think I just think that it's a I don't think I saw Frequency when I was younger, but I am familiar with the film. Shit, maybe I did go to theaters and see it. Maybe Sir took me or something.
I didn't watch it in theaters. I saw it on HBO or something.
But
likewise,
there's just nonsensical stuff that happens in the film that doesn't really add up for me. But what I did take away and what I did enjoy was the relationship with David and Storm. And I wish there was more of that in the film, because they get murdered fairly early in the film, like 10 minutes in. Like it opens with her at the library or some shit like that. Her dad forgot to pick her up. She calls her uncle. He's a cop. He comes by, picks her up. They go to that diner. They have like a little moment where they're drawing on this on the little kitty thing. I forget what they're drawing, but they each keep going back and forth adding something. And then he drops her off, take her home, and then he chews his brother out at some point about forgetting to pick her up. And then like she calls him while he's at work and he's drowned in paperwork, so he's like, "I'm sorry, I'm just distracted right now. Can I call you back later?" And then when she calls back later, he hears like screaming on the phone. He doesn't really know what's going on, so he gets up, goes over there, and then finds all of them dead. So I like the relationship. I just wish they showed more of it before they just killed him. But yeah, that's a movie that I kind of wanted to touch on in the review. I remember saying I liked it. Now, the issues that I have with it are more prominent than they were at the time. So I'm going to buy it on Blu-ray, watch it again, and then maybe do an updated review for the channel. Now, the very last thing that I want to touch on, at least, is the Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So apparently the Mortal Kombat movie is done filming.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, I think they're doing probably like second unit stuff, but for the most part it's done filming. And we've gotten, or at least from the videos that I've watched, because there's a YouTuber that does like a bunch of Mortal Kombat content, and I watched a video of his maybe early last week that was talking about like the casting stuff. But I'm pretty sure he said that they're done filming, because we have Scorpion, Sub-Zero, behind at that, I think, which is the first Sub-Zero for those that don't know. There are two Sub-Zeros, they're brothers. Mortal Kombat lore is actually kind of complicated.
Very complicated.
It's funny, I just actually purchased 11, the game.
Yeah, 11 is pretty. The gameplay is really good. The story is all over the fucking place.
Yeah, I've stopped it twice.
With the time travel shit. Like with the merging of universes and timelines and shit like that is all over the fucking place. And
like,
I'll
when
link
these
you.
people gonna learn?
Time
Time travel is just not. It ain't gonna work.
Well,
Like,
it
using
can,
time.
but apparently NetherRealm has never been good with their Mortal Kombat stories.
Yeah.
And I'll link you to the YouTuber. He has like a Wasted Potential series. I can't remember if it's like the Force Snake or the Force Snake has some Mortal Kombat videos, but then there's the other guy. I forget his name. It's Combat Warrior or something like that. I'll link you to it though. But he has a bunch of like Wasted Potential stories on like Melina, Sindel, even like Liu Kang, Kung Lao, shit like that. And even the DLC for the Combat Pack, they changed Sindel's origins from like Mortal Kombat 2 or 3 or whatever game it was that she first popped up in. Because the canon has always been Sindel was the queen of Indinia. Shao Kahn came in, took over, took her as his wife. She killed herself to stop him from invading Earth or something like that, or invading Indinia or something, whatever. And it was a heroic self-sacrifice to save people. Apparently, the Sindel and the Combat Pack, the way that they set it up is that, or the premise of her, like her backstory that they gave was that she's basically a gold digger that's using Shao Kahn for his his power. And it's like, how do you go from? Oh, okay, never mind. All right, that ain't none of my business. I ain't even bought the Combat Pack. But yeah, so we have casting news for the Mortal Kombat film, because it's apparently what Nathan Jones has been cast as Shao Kahn.
Oh, damn.
I didn't know that at all. He's absolutely, I don't know, as far as acting goes, he ain't the best actor from what I've seen in, but Nathan Jones is like 6'10", and he is a literal strongman. He looks like Shao Kahn. If you put a fucking skull helmet on that dude, he's going to look like Shao Kahn.
Oh yeah, I mean that's no question. But it's like, is that what you're trying to do? Like, because I mean, if that was the case, fuck, Triple H would have been fucking Thor or something like that. Like,
yeah, but then again, you have to understand. You have to look at it. What does Shao Kahn do? Is Shao Kahn really gonna need a fucking Oscar-worthy actor, because really all Shao Kahn
yeah.
does in the games is talk shit. He literally
Yeah,
stops in the middle of the fight and laughs at you.
That's true.
Which pisses me off to no end. Because you always cheese that fucking shoulder block and that fucking jump shoulder block and that fucking hammer throw that's unblockable. And then you got the fucking nerve to laugh. Nigga, if you didn't have this so much fucking cheese, I'd be putting these fucking paws on you. Anyway, I'm having flashbacks and shit. But apparently Nathan Jones is Shao Kahn. The guy that Ronan fought in Endgame, he's Scorpion. Which is and that actor is like a very well known Japanese actor. He was in like the Tom Cruise samurai movie.
Oh, okay.
The Last Samurai.
Yeah. He's like a very well known and very popular Japanese actor. I forgot who they cast as Sub-Zero. They cast unknown actress for Melina. I haven't heard anything about Katana though, so that's interesting because Melina is a clone of Katana. Louis Tan is cast in the movie as well. For those that don't know, he played Shatterstar in Deadpool 2, and he's in the Wu Assassins Netflix show. Rumor has it. Now the thing with the Mortal Kombat film is that early words was that it was going to be an original character in the film named like Cole Turner or something like that, who's like a washed up boxer that gets swept up into the tournament or something like that. Rumor has it that that's who Louis Tan is playing, because they've also cast like a young girl, and there are no young characters in the Mortal Kombat lore, and Cole Turner wants to have a better relationship with his daughter, from what we heard about like character sheets when they were casting and everything like that. So it's looking like Cole Turner is a real person. There's a real character in the film, and he has a young daughter. But everything that I heard about the Cole Turner thing, just didn't sound appealing when I first heard it. So I'm like, I don't know. Because that early synopsis for the film was sounded a little suspect. Because it didn't sound like it was going to be based on anything from the game. What's his name is Jax, and look, whatever cycle the doctors put him on, that nigga is fucking. It's what's his name? He was in Supergirl. He's Mekhi Brooks. Didn't he play Jimmy Olsen? Yeah, he's Jax, and that nigga is built like fucking Brock Lesnar. There is a picture on his Instagram. That dude is built. He looks like Jax. When I first saw the casting announcement that he was Jax, I was like, oh no, big dog. Not because of his acting at all, but it was just look. He's probably like 6'2", but he's always been relatively small. This dude got the fucking military mustache. I just hit my mic. This dude got the military mustache, and he looks like an American Gladiator. I forgot who else he said was cast in the film.
You know, the original Jax, the second Jax was an American Gladiator.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like this dude that's how built he is. The dude looks like a tank. I don't know what other adjectives I can.
Fuck?
You looked it up?
Yes.
Yeah. The dude looks like a tank. Whatever cycle the doctors put him on. That's that good shit. I was having that conversation on Twitter the other day. Because one guy.
Just close this out because that doesn't look right.
That dude looks like a tank. I was having that conversation on Twitter the other day about somebody had thought that The Rock was like all natural, and I'm like, no. Why would you think that? Not saying anything wrong with it, because especially with the injuries that man has had, like he's literally ripped his abdominal muscle off his pelvis. Yeah, he's on HGH or something like that. Ain't nothing wrong with it, because he has the money to actually get doctors to put him on that shit, and they're not gonna abuse it.
I mean, he still eats healthy,
right? But I mean, then again, you have to. Because that's the thing. That's a misconception that people think, that you get on steroids and you just automatically like get ripped. No, you still have to eat clean and work out. It's just gonna help you build massive amounts of muscle. But if you take steroids and you eat like shit and your workouts are trash, you gonna look like shit.
Yep.
But yeah, so that dude is built. So look, props, cause looking the role is half the battle. But yeah, so I'm interested in seeing what they're gonna do with the Mortal Kombat film. I'm actually excited for it, simply because James Wan is producing it. I forget who's directing it, but the writer of the film seems to be a fan of the series, and so Mortal Kombat has a 50-50 track record, in my opinion. The first one, while not a great movie, the first one is the best comic book movie, or the best video game film, hands down.
Street Fighter.
What was that?
What?
What was that?
Oh, I stand by Street Fighter.
Oh, you piece of shit.
Wow.
Get the fuck out of here.
Because it's the worst. So I'm going to stand by it.
Oh, my God.
You know who I am as a person.
Fuck you and your love for terrible films, okay? And Mortal Kombat Annihilation is good for, taking part in that fucking drinking game that's gonna kill you in like fucking 5 minutes.
Killed you?
Yeah. That was fucking I did that shit again recently too. One of my other friends.
You do that?
Because the plan was, hey, go out, get some pizza, get some whiskey, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly the plan was to get drunk. And I was like, okay, well, look, instead of like, hey, let's take a shot. Nah, we not just finna be randomly taking shots. I'm finna throw on this motherfucking movie. We finna take like 12 shots in like 2 minutes. May the odds forever be in your favor, my nigga. But yeah, and I was hungover like shit the next day too. Lord have mercy. I'm glad I didn't have to work.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but you're not young anymore.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, so I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with the Mortal Kombat film. I'm hoping like the Cole Turner stuff, and I forgot they cast Raiden too. I forgot who they cast as Raiden, but the whole premise early on with the Cole Turner stuff just sounded like it wasn't gonna be based on anything from the game. It's really seemed like they were just doing a bunch of random shit. But hopefully this is just like an original character that they're making for the film, who gets swept up in the madness of the tournament. And yeah, I know there was a podcast that I listened to not too long ago where they basically kind of rewrite their own versions of films, and they have one on Mortal Kombat, and it was basically based around some chick that works in like an arcade or barcade or something like that. Some type of restaurant that has a Mortal Kombat machine in it, and she somehow gets transferred into the game and fucking learns and fucking like is mentored by Raiden, who's an asshole, because he's like, you need to learn how to fight, because if you don't, the world is doomed. And it's like, wait, no, you're kidding, right? No, I'm not. You need to learn how to fucking fight. It's like, oh shit, okay. And then like gets into the tournament, shit like that. Their rundown of it was actually really interesting. If I find it again, because it's not any other podcast that I think I'm subscribed to on iTunes, so I think I have to go back and look for it. But if I do, I'll let you guys know. But I thought it was really interesting. So yeah, the Mortal Kombat film being done filming, and I think that's due for a late 2020 release or early 21 release. So the Mortal Kombat film is coming out soon. So yeah, that's all that I wanted to talk about. You guys got anything else?
I think I covered everything that I can.
Yeah.
Titans is trashed.
Of
The
course,
Arrowverse is trash.
super trash.
Uh, there was
Garbage.
some good movies. You know, I once again, as we say in our intro, for the first time listeners, I'm too jaded to like anything. So getting me to like anything is a giant win for you. So, and 2019 has some things that got some giant wins out of me. You know, so good on you.
Yeah, I think 2019 overall, as far as film and TV goes, I think it was pretty decent. There's a lot of smaller films out there that were good, because it wasn't just all comic book movies and stuff like that, or comic book TV shows. I finally caught up on the last season of The Blacklist. I'm so far behind on this current season. I need to catch up. I need to finish watching last season's How to Get Away with Murder, because this season apparently they finally killing off Viola Davis's character. They need to end the show, in my opinion, because at a certain point, because this show is built on Annalise, which is Viola's character, being this law teacher at this college that does a whole bunch of dirty shit. Like, she literally has a goon that goes and kills people. Every season somebody winds up dead, and she ends up getting somebody else off and like covering it up. And I'm like, yo, at some point, motherfuckers got to go to jail and stay there, because she actually did get locked up for a while for something, but she ended up getting out. But I'm like, yo, motherfuckers got to get caught red-handed. Hey, we're linking you to this murder, and we have evidence that proves you did it or you were involved with it. You're going to jail for the rest of your life, because this bitch got superpowers the way she be getting motherfuckers off, and everybody's oblivious to this shit. Like, the students, like, she has like this legal team with students from her class. They know, because one of them actually died in the season, right? And motherfuckers around them are dying, and they know all about these murders that have been committed and shit like that. So I'm like, yo, something's got to give. So apparently, the early promo for the season started in the fall was like, who killed Annalise? And I'm like, oh, that's where we going with this season. All right, I'm with it. So I gotta finish watching last season, and then I gotta catch up on this season. So there's a bunch of regular TV shows that I need to catch up on. I always love Blacklist. I love James Spader. James Spader is probably like my favorite actor, solely based on Blacklist. And I also know him from Wolf with Jack Nicholson. For some reason, I loved that movie when I was a kid. I need to go back and watch it. It's probably terrible. Yeah, so film and TV wasn't all comic book related stuff. There's a lot of good TV shows out there. I've been watching Your Worst Nightmare on Hulu. That I'm really big on crime documentaries and murder documentaries and everything like that. So Your Worst Nightmare is basically kind of like Snapped, kind of like those type of shows where one person is either killed or has a run-in with somebody that's just fucking crazy. Like one dude was dating this chick, and she was jealous of his ex-wife because he still had a relationship with her because they have a kid. And she ended up like blowing up at him over some stupid shit and tried to kill him. Actually shot him. And apparently, by his testimony in the episode, after he woke up, the doctors was like, "I still don't understand how you're alive," because she shot him in the back, and then she tried to shoot him in the head, but when she cornered him in the closet, and he just kind of said, "Fuck this, I'm not finna die this way," and charged at her. The dramatization, because I understand that this is dramatized. The dramatization had him pick up a chair and like knock her arm out the way, and she pulled the trigger and a bullet grazed his head. So it's one of those type of shows. But yeah, that's all I had to talk about. We've been going for 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah, that sounds about right. You know, it's a year in review. We got a lot to cover. So I believe this has been our longest podcast.
No, I'm pretty sure we did something that was close to 3 hours. I don't know which one. But I'm positive we did something close to 3 hours.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's it for me. Speaking for John and Bruce, I'm Courtney.
We'll see you in 2020.
Yeah, all that good shit. We'll be
I
seeing
probably won't have another Power playthrough up this week because that is Christmas. So the next Power playthrough will be up in the first week of January. No, we'll be out of town.
Yep.
Second week of January. I'll probably try to get my X3 review up sometime soon. I'll sit through that movie, then it'll be just a lot of editing.
Yeah, I need to actually watch Spider-Man 2. But I was kind of playing Horizon Zero Dawn while I was watching it. So I actually need to sit back and watch it with my full attention. Now that peak is over and things should be dying down, and I got a 4-day weekend and shit, which is basically 3 days now since Sunday is down there over. I'm probably going to try to knock out a couple of videos myself. I'm thinking about doing like a rewrite of Power Rangers, actually. I was thinking about doing that before the 2017 film.
Yo, if you want to do that, why don't we wait until next week? Because I'll be down. I want to get in on that one too. And we can be in the same room together.
Okay. And just knocking out a couple of videos on some other things. So you can expect more content from me coming and all that good stuff. And then John is always jumping in on podcasts. That's the only time you'll ever hear from him.
Absolutely.
Bitch ass motherfucker.
And I got at least 2 more episodes left of the Hurricane playthrough. I kind of do the whole play it before, dissect it, then do voiceover. And that game was shorter than I thought. I don't know what's the next game I'm going to play. I'll probably go back and complete one of the games that I had fun playing, because Power Rangers Zeo pinball was trash. I tried to get the battle races, Power Rangers Zeo battle races going. That's trash. I am not playing Dino Thunder anymore because that game bores the fuck out of me. And the voiceover for it, Tommy's voiceover is awful. Like, it's like they got like people in their like late 30s doing voiceovers for high schoolers, and I'm like, I can't do this. But yeah, so I'm also looking into expanding into more of the Japanese games, because I just created myself a Japanese PlayStation account so I can get those exclusive games that are over there.
Wait, what?
So I'll try to do that. Yeah, you can create an account, and then you have access to the PlayStation Network from Japan.
What?
Yes, I did that.
Oh, that would be something. That sounds like something you do.
I was like, I want to know what the difference is. And it is a big difference. And I was like, damn.
That's funny as hell. But yeah, so that's all from us, guys. Be expecting more content as usual. I'm back. I should probably post the Jordan photo when he came back from retirement on this. I'm back. So yeah, that'll be all, folks. I'll catch up with you guys later. Peace out.
Peace.